Good evening, everybody, and welcome to everybody's favorite Tuesday night rated M podcast. Yes, it is Gaming After Dark. Welcome, one and all, to another fantastic episode. Let me bring in my panel members, and we'll bring them in this old fashion. Speaking of old, we got the wise old gamer, Cerebral Paul, and our newest member, Mr. Darth Praxis. But let's catch up with him real quick, and then we'll catch up with the chat. Welcome, guys, Gaming After Dark. Yes, on this fantastic Tuesday, November the 1st, a new month. Lots of kind of crazy news and some big news, some small news, a little bit of everything in between. Let's welcome our panel, starting with the wise old gamer. How are you, my friend? What you been up to?
Namaste. I'm in very big problems. My race is going to disown me. I am spending $400 on fucking video games and no money. I have to use a credit card and pay high interest rate. Anyone want a chapati or a burrito or anything? I have a free room available. I can charge by the hour. So anyone who needs to come, please come hit me up, please. Otherwise, I'm doing good.
Wow.
It sounds like it needs to start a GoFundMe for Wise Old Gamer over there.
No, I'm starting an OnlyFans. I'm threatening to take off my clothes unless somebody pays me.
Oh, geez.
So
well, they'll be paying you
when you're his wife running out of the room screaming, you'll know why. Yeah.
There's a lot of things my wife has done in the room with me, and screaming ain't one of them.
Well, until the lights come on.
Rolling into another podcast. It's the one and the only Constipated Paul. No, it is Cerebral Paul. What's up, brother?
Oh, not much. Same old shit. Different day. I just took a shit, so there you go.
And see, I thought I already constipated you. Why did you have to take a shit? I thought I took care of that for you.
So if you're on the top of the hill, can you literally say then that shit rolls downhill?
Yeah, literally, yes. Yeah,
for Paul, everything rolls downhill.
Of course, then again, we've seen Wise Old Gamer. He looks like he rolls pretty well. Yeah.
Put Paul on top of any hill. He's rolling down it.
Yeah.
And welcoming, guys, for the first time ever as a legitimate panel member, we got to welcome the one and only Mr. Darth Praxis, the man of many voice talents.
Supposedly.
Yeah. Our newest member with the smallest member. Here he is. Oh, wait.
Well,
how many weeks are you going to stay with us? 2 weeks or 3 weeks?
My calendar doesn't go that far ahead. Sorry. Give me some time. I'll figure it out, fucker.
Yeah.
Welcome, my friend, and welcome to Gaming After Dark as an official panel member. We're glad to have you here. Had nothing but positive and awesome feedback on your edition. It is good to have you here.
Oh shit! Did I forget to send mine? I forgot that. Here, hang on.
To send your download.
You've got a lot of things, Paul, but that's top of the list.
Go ahead, Praxis. How you doing, man? What's up?
Oh, no, I'm doing good, just trying to keep myself from falling off rooftops. Fun times.
There you go.
It's that Santa Claus thing, Yeah.
Ah, the Santa Claus thing. Gotcha. Yeah. You're just like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, hanging off the ladder, eh?
No, I just watched that right before the show. I just finished watching that.
Shit down chimneys, really. That's
more. Homicide, however, is. Suicide is never an option. Homicide always is, though.
Well, it is. It is a good option sometimes.
All right, let's catch up with the best chat in the business, guys. As always, our good friend of the show, the amazing Doggy Dog, is in the chat. He was the first guy here. Good to see you, my friend, Doggy Dog. We also have Draven Arrow hanging out with us again tonight. We've got the one and only one of my oldest viewers and friends, Mr. Spider-Man 356, is in the building. Talus Ray hanging out with us as well. I see who else we got going on here.
Casket Repair's there because he said he watched Terrifier too.
That is right. That casket repair. Mizzle T Shizzle is in the building, as well as Mr. Bushido, who was our guest last week and was absolutely incredible. And no, that is not two penises in his avatar.
And the bitch was gone on Friday on his official fucking show. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, let's talk about that.
Yeah. We got Papa Woody. We got Toolman 55. What's happening? And we got Nick's in the building. Good to see you here as well.
Hey, the sex man is here.
Hey, guess
the sex man is in the chat.
The sex man is here. John 907 is here as well. And I saw one of your favorites here earlier. You might as well introduce him, Paul, as you always do.
Joe Dunmoa. Where's he at? Is he in here somewhere?
He was here, so I'm pretty sure.
And guess which other cocksucker showed up? Sir X-Man.
Sir X-Men in the house. Nice.
That's another salty bitch who doesn't want to show up here.
Our first super chat of the evening comes in from the one and only Doggy Dog. So if you care to read that out, someone.
Let me find it here.
Time. I'll do it.
Hey, I vote that Darth Praxis should read all of the. I think he should read all the super chats, and he should do it in his movie narration voice. What do you guys think?
Okay, hold on. Let me get the KY. Hold on, I'll be back.
I was on KY. I was on KY show the other night. Oh,
Go ahead,
Gag
Praxis.
time. Welcome, Darth Praxis. Awesome, dude.
See, I like that.
There you go.
There you go.
Alright, it's Gad time. Welcome, Darth Praxis. Awesome, dude.
Jeez.
I don't know. I can try sometimes, maybe.
We're gonna get letters. We're gonna get letters.
Letters.
LMH Doc Shady 777 Dizzy Delta is in the building. Wow, we got a great crew here already. Like I said, Sir X-Man hanging out. Vic the Click is in the building. Yes,
Vic the Clit.
Vic the Clit, yeah.
Vic the
Clit. Man. Tony Grasso. What's going on, Tony Grasso? Good to see you here. Yeah, I think we've caught up with everybody. If not, please let me know. Again, welcome. You guys are the superstars. Without you guys, it'd be almost pointless to be here. So again, thanks for showing up, and let's get right into the topics. We'll try to keep this show rolling. First one's a big one. Well, depending on who you ask. But anyway, unless you've been living under a complete rock, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is finally out. People have had a chance to play it. We'll find out what our impressions are in just a second. But if you didn't hear, it has set a new record for the franchise. Its biggest launch since Modern Warfare 3 on the Xbox 360. That is outstanding. Over $800 million in just basically less than a week or something like that. So look, whether you hate the game, you love the game, no matter what you think, Call of Duty is huge. It is here to stay. And I also want to find out how you guys feel about the
That's
massive.
not a lot of money, actually, if you think about it. I mean, Paul makes more money. At night,
If Paul made more than that at night, I trust you, he would not be on this podcast right now.
I don't think so.
Neither would White Old Gamer, because there would be somebody hunting his ass right about now. So.
I know he makes that much money because I'm paying for half of it.
So you'd have Goggins from Fat Man tracking his ass down.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, Goggins. Yeah, no, look, congratulations to the teams over at Activision, obviously Infinity Ward, and everybody that put a lot of time into this game. Look, I've had a chance to play it. I'm several missions into the campaign. I've played the multiplayer. I think it's fantastic. I think from a graphical perspective, this game is the best I've ever seen Call of Duty look. I mean, my Lord, especially the cutscenes. Man, they almost blur the line between reality and game. It's some of the best animation and textures and everything I've ever seen. And the game itself looks absolutely stunning in the campaign. And even the multiplayer is pretty smooth and pretty
publisher you got an entire fucking publisher who is putting all of their development power into the game. It better look fucking pristine. It better look like fucking Michelangelo in the Sistine Chapel for all the money that they put in that goddamn franchise.
Well, we should send us some developers over to work on you there, Wise.
Yeah, no shit.
But so let's start with Cerebral Paul on this one. Paul, how do you, obviously that's a huge opening. It's got to be a very good positive. And but I want to get your impressions on the game. What do you think about that? And of course, lastly, do you think this could potentially have some adverse effect on the ABK deal moving forward?
And is it next gen?
Okay. One, fuck off.
Nothing but love here. Nothing but love. I loves to hate your ass.
Please tell us how next gen it is.
Can I talk now?
Come on, guys.
I don't know. Can you talk?
Let's reel this in a bit here. Let's go.
You're allowed.
So so I haven't played the campaign because I'm holding off to it because I'm doing can I mention this now? I may as well throw it out there now to explain what I'm talking about. This Saturday, I'm doing a 25-hour stream for Extra Life, and in part of that stream, I'm going to run through the entire campaign without having seen it before on stream. So I haven't really touched the campaign at this point. I have done multiplayer. and I'm enjoying it. It does look good, and yes, it does look next gen. You little creep. So, but there are some. I think there are. Thank you, Joe Dunmore. There he is. I did play a little. They definitely need to do some balancing. I've still seen some bugs. I've seen some really weird bugs. Hopefully they'll get it cleaned up pretty quickly. Are we also going to speak on the whole sale thing and all that stuff?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to check because I know you want to keep us on task here.
Yeah, well, we don't have to get too involved, but
So
my thing is
so-
because of the popularity. Does you think this works for or sort of against, Microsoft trying to get this acquisition to go through?
actually, I think it works for them because of the fact that everybody on the other side was saying, cancel your pre-order. I canceled my nobody canceled their pre-order. I mentioned this on Twitter. A lot of that it was the cool kids trying to get cred. Either they never pre-ordered it or they never canceled it, but they still ended up with it. So I think, and also we don't have to do. This was did they give the numbers for how many sold on PlayStation itself, or just in general?
Not that I know of. Just the overall sales.
So I think and they probably the CMA will probably have access to the sales on PlayStation. They probably will look at that, but I don't think it's going to have an adverse effect on the deal.
Well, if I was Microsoft, I would probably want Call of Duty to sell better. Wouldn't you probably want them to sell better on PlayStation so that it looks
at least till the deal is done? Yeah. Because the other side of the thing we're going to talk about, I don't even know if we're going to talk about it, is Sony's report that came out today. So that's all going to play into it as well.
Yeah, I think we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but we obviously played the multiplayer there and had a really good time, Paul.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Like it was pretty smooth. I actually really liking the hostage mode. I thought that's kind of fun. Adds a little bit of strategy, and you get the chance to pick up your teammates and stuff. So I think that was kind of cool.
As we both found, I'm way better at defending than I am at attacking. Especially,
you did a good job.
I got that. Well, no, because I get that bouncing Betty, and there's the hostage. Let's just throw that bouncing Betty right on.
You're good at
come get his ass. Go ahead, come get his ass. Yeah.
You're good at taking one for the team, Paul. You're always good at that.
Let me say hello to a couple of people in the chat real quick because our good friend Phasma is in the chat. Good to see you, Phasma.
What the fuck? There's a girl in the chat?
Yeah, there's an actual girl in the
chat. Stop talking before you scare her off. Hi, Phasma.
Hey.
And we got Rectangle here, as well as my good buddy Saltiest Gamer. What's up, Salt? Good to see you here, brother. All right.
There's a girl in the chat. Hey, how are you doing?
He's just gonna hold right. God, there's a girl in the chat. I should put my best suit of clothes on.
Jesus, settle down, man.
I should put clothes on. Period.
Put it away.
Oh dear God.
Put it away.
I don't need that picture in my head. Oh dear God.
Oh Lord.
He's got one in his wallet. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Anyway, Paul,
okay, you can go to the bathroom again if you want.
No, I already dropped something that looked a lot like you a few minutes ago, so. Got the same shade of brown too.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
So you have liver problems too?
These things happen, Oh
my Lord.
Keep going.
Continue, Paul. I forget where we were at here.
Well, I was done talking about the game because we're going to talk about the Sony sales report later, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's get through the game part first, then go into the other stuff.
Okay. So the impressions have been good, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really looking forward to doing my thing this Saturday. So, right. And if you watch me, you can watch me die a lot.
It's quite long, though. Is that a fair assessment? It's some.
Oh yeah. It takes forever to level anything up, especially if you're not that good at it like me.
Yeah, thank God some of the default guns out of the box are relatively good. I mean, I have no issues. I've always loved the M4 and stuff like that. And I even tried the the light machine gun. It was pretty good. So
yeah, and what I don't like, at least it feels like it because everybody else has the higher attachments than me. So it takes me 4,000 shots to kill somebody. I'm getting one shot at a whole lot. It's like.
I think
Well,
I think you'd have more attachments than anybody, personally.
Hey, well,
Low
Salty. I don't, because we don't have the individual console numbers. Salty, we don't know how that's going to go. So they, like I said, the CMA probably will ask for access for that information, but I don't, we may never know her number. And also for PC. Remember, it also counts for PC as well. So you're going against three different formats actually. For all
That's
those
it.
numbers.
I'm writing CMA a letter.
I got a question for you. This again, still game related. Why do you think though that on the Xbox version they didn't disable the crossplay element? You can do it on PC and you can do it on PlayStation, but they didn't put it in on the Xbox. Is there a particular reason?
And you can do it through the dashboard of the Xbox through the settings, but then you can't do a couple of the modes.
Settings.
But then you can't do some of the modes. It locks out some of the modes.
Oh, that's
which is annoying.
Yeah, that's why putting it in the game menu is key, because then it makes it easier than dicking around, bouncing out, and then going back and forth. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
considering their biggest growth on Game Pass was on PC. How the fuck are they going to have you disable that shit? They need those cheating bastards to play with somebody, right?
Well, the idea being is console players want to play with console players, and keyboard and mouse players want to play. They want to play with anybody because they can kick all our asses. So,
hey, our good friend of the show, we got Jason Max in the house, as well as our good friend Fun Speculation. Good to see you, Mav. Hope you're here. Have a good time, man. We got to try to get in and get some Call of Duty games in here soon, brother.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, we got to do a community game night like ASAP here with a lot of good people from the community. Get everybody together. So.
Oh my God, yeah.
You'll be really helping my thing if you do one this Saturday.
That's true. That's a great possibility, Paul. Yeah, let's work on that.
Yeah.
I don't think anything can help your thing, Paul. I'm sorry to say. I apologize.
I think there are things that could help his thing, but depends on which kind of people he can get sponsorships from. Anyway.
Well, apparently your voice is helping his thing right now, so it's okay. Keep going.
I sure hope it is.
Let's get your thoughts, Wise Old Gamer. How do you feel about the Call of Duty launch? Could you give a rat's ass? Did you even buy it?
Of course I had to fucking buy this game. I got two fucking cocksucking teenage boys at home. What the fuck do you think they're playing?
Now, how do you know they do that? I mean, I'm sorry.
I think you're paying too much attention to their Twitter feeds or something. What's going on?
They gotta learn something from their daddy, right? Okay, you gotta make this money somehow. All right, you gotta afford these games somehow. All right,
you're gonna need to do that soon, aren't you?
That's right. It's not paying as well as it used to be. Paul's taking all my business away.
Apparently Sony's notified you today. You need to go down hard. So
yeah.
I'm sorry.
The game is good. The graphics are great. I mean, it's a phenomenal graphics. Yeah, when I'm getting teabagged, I can actually feel the balls rubbing on my face. Yeah, all that good shit.
Wow, how did you play this in virtual reality?
Every single hair, like I'd feel every brush across my lips. It's incredible.
I can taste the drips. I can taste the drips.
That's why your wife doesn't kiss you anymore. The bottom of your lip probably smells like ball sack.
The closest to the ball she's ever been in her life, so it's okay. Anyhow,
she's in the room, right?
No, she's gone.
No.
I'm just checking. I don't know.
As I said, suicide is not never advisable.
Is this what she told you? This is what she told you last night, right? Suicide is never advisable.
We had this discussion last week. If his wife ever goes into the room when he's doing this stuff, we'll see him get slapped upside the head or something thrown at him. Really,
I think he's already the recipient of a couple of book tosses upside the head. I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure of that. Yeah.
Have you ever been hit upside the head by War and Peace?
Yeah.
No.
Those weren't his wife. That was his principal.
No,
I woke up in the hospital a week later. That's what it was. Fuck.
The Bhagavad Gita. We get hit by the Bhagavad Gita.
Damn right. What he said. Yeah, ditto. Yeah.
Ditto.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I mean the game looks good. I mean, all 4 fucking hours of it, Yeah,
it's 6.5 at least, you shithead.
And you didn't play hardcore mode, did you? Or the
Hey,
hardest mode? I don't
just
know what
like
it was.
anything, just like everything else in my life, I finished first. That's all I gotta say.
Just like-
I got mine. You best get yours.
Amen. We're in Alabama. I'm going for mine. But yeah, it's a good game. It's a decent game. It's a lot better than the crap load that was last year. So yeah, it was pretty good. And yeah, I'm not really into the multiplayer as much. I mean, it looks fine. I'm
Pussy.
more interested.
I'm sorry.
yeah. Basically,
blurred.
it's because he's worse than me. So yeah, go ahead and join us sometime there, Wiseau Game.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Paul would really enjoy that.
That way,
I mean,
I could be above the scoreboard on somebody. You know,
I don't
like,
mind being teabagged if I'm being paid for it, like on a Friday night, but I'm definitely not going to do it for free. I'm sorry. All right.
Yeah, but
That
when it was Caitlyn Jenner that was teabagging you, though. So yeah,
that's
Hey,
a
at
big
least
bag,
it
buddy.
shows.
That's a big bag.
at least your fucking checks don't bounce like yours. So
that's right. Yeah.
Oh,
but
that's
yeah,
cool.
it's a pretty good game. But I do think that, honestly speaking, that if this is the thing, okay, the sales numbers are going to be good, but if you're thinking that it's going to be positive or negative for Microsoft, if Microsoft is only approaching this acquisition from the light of Call of Duty or from the spectrum of Call of Duty, then I don't think this is going to be.
They are not doing it that way.
Which, I mean, yeah, I watch this guy called Brad Sams. I don't know if any of y'all watch him. He's a Windows guy, and he was talking about their actual strategy for the CMA. So whether the Call of Duty does good or bad, I think, yeah, it might have a blip either way, but I think that, in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to make a big difference either way, whether it's successful or not, which I think it's going to be successful. So, yeah. But generally speaking, a pretty good game and well worth it. I mean, I have to buy the fucking game every year anyways, but this is actually the first year I actually enjoyed the 4.5 fucking hours, last year it was what it was. So, and that's how I usually play with Call of Duty but to be honest with you, as I said earlier to you guys, they got the whole fucking publisher developing this goddamn game. It better be fucking good,
Well,
I mean, there's like, okay, here's a gun. Here's a gun in World War II. Here's a gun in current times. I've played that shit. I'm bored of this shit. Okay. I want something different. I'm sorry. It's a night. Okay. Yeah. Guy walking around and shooting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Good. As I said, good 4 fucking hours. I'm waiting for God of War. Hopefully it gives me a little bit something different. That's all.
Jeez. Fuck.
He's always looking for something different. Jesus.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'll talk to your wife later about that one.
Well, that's why I went to Paul, because he was something different.
Well, he was. That's for sure.
I went to Noof, but he didn't know what the fuck was going on.
I usually
Well,
don't.
actually, Mag was speaking for Noof, so I couldn't do Noof because the Noof was already called for.
He pointed and said, "Door fucker, go to it. Get out of here, crazy bastard."
Yeah.
Hey, we got Rico Dennis in the house. What's going on? We got Tell Us Ray Casket Repair. What's going on? John 907. Phasma is here. Tony Grasso. Good to see you, Sir X-Men, hanging out with us. Salty's gaming up in the building. Yeah, we got a good crew tonight, baby. Yes, it is a good show. Let's rock and roll. Dart Praxis, jump in here with your thoughts on Call of Duty and, of course, its fantastic launch.
Oh wow, it was the multiplayer is actually really good. I wasn't too surprised because I was expecting them to do pretty good. I played the beta, and so the beta was enjoyable. But the single player actually caught me off guard, running at 120 frames per second. I was like, holy shit! Series X on my TV, it was like, oh my god, it actually looks pretty. I think, if I'm not correct, I don't believe that was available during Vanguard. I don't think they were able to do that.
No.
And so this is the first one I saw that actually feels the quote unquote next gen. And like you said, the cutscenes probably themselves, people need to start paying attention in the movie industry and taking the game industry far more seriously about what you can do with computer graphics and especially with game engines. I swear they should be using those to make animation and films. It's
Well,
just
they are.
incredible. I mean,
Yeah,
we use it
that's what
even
I'm
more
saying.
and regularly. It's easier and cheaper, generally speaking, than
Yeah.
doing it the old-fashioned way. It's easy. And look, comparatively speaking, it does take time and it's difficult generally, but not like the old animation. But anyway, it was incredible stuff.
I mean,
the multiplayer was fun.
they're using Unreal 5 in many shows stuff. I think.
Did they fucking shoot the Mandalorian and Unreal 5?
Yeah, Mandalorian used a
Unreal
lot of Unreal
5?
5.
You bring up a great point though, Praxis, because this game still runs on a PS4 and Xbox One, even though if you look at it, and my lord, like it's graphically intense. You know, like like by all means, technically, it almost shouldn't run. So what's your case behind that? We see how so many people say, well, the old console generation is really, stagnating development on the current gen, but yet somehow these devs still manage to bleed those old turnips.
I'd say in a way they can still hold it back. I mean, I can still feel some things that could be better. Yeah, I think it could be even cleaner and faster and better operating. There's some dropouts and some hiccups and hangups that still occur, but yeah, it is pretty impressive what they can do to still bring all of that together. It's pretty amazing. But the multiplayer was great. I do have a couple complaints about just some of the things they did. The buy into it for $99 and you get a whole bunch of guns and skins that nobody else can get, and who knows when you can get them. And I kind of understand that. I caught it when it first came out and kind of thought that's what it was, and then when it came out I was like, fuck, that is. So you have to buy into it to get some things, and so it's kind of pay to win in a way. So and then
if it's just skins, I don't care. But if it's actual improvements to the weaponry,
well,
I do.
The skins, it's actually the reverse for me. The weapons I can build up pretty quick. I mean, within 2 days, I had unlocked just about every class and every gun, just about every gun.
Well, aren't you special? Jesus
I am.
Christ.
I have a trick for you, but I'll talk to you later about that. Anyway, but the problem for me is I like the characters, and especially Ghost and Price. I like those characters and want to get those. And seeing them locked behind a paywall, that does kind of piss me off. It's like, why would you do that? Those are like main characters.
That pisses me off. It shouldn't. Yeah, that shouldn't be locked up.
Well, they're the main characters. Let's take the main characters and lock them completely behind $100 paywall to even get into it. Which, come to find out, quite a few people I know have paid that much money. Which even guys at my work were telling me, "Oh yeah, I got the $100 one." I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
but they're all single. They don't got kids, so fuck them.
Well,
yeah,
you bring up another good point too, because we know that Sony has the marketing rights to the game, right? But typically it's always been play exclusive DLC content on PlayStation first. This is the first time I recall seeing a game marketed a little bit differently. Now it's get exclusive benefits by playing on PlayStation. One of those benefits was an extra 25% XP bonus just by party chatting or playing the game in a party with your friends. Like, how do you guys feel about that? Is that feels a little bit, I don't know, more, for the lack of a better word, it kind of feels a little dirty. Like, that's even worse than DLC to me.
It's a slap in the face is what that is. That's well, and that's kind of Sony's whole shtick. A lot of people really get into that when you bring it up about money hatting. They're like, well, Microsoft did that too. Yeah, they did that back in like the 360 days. Like,
they never had benefits though.
No, well, I mean, they had Call of Duty, and it was kind of Call of Duty and Activision really put it on Xbox like first. It was really there first. Mm-hmm. But Sony drew them away. Sony, I mean, with a shit ton of money, I guarantee it. They were paying them a ton of money and saying, we want content, just like they did with Bungie, with Destiny, and all those games. They've done that for years with third party. They've paid massive amounts of money behind the scenes, which some people have quietly said, yes, they do that. And clearly they would have to get special deals with Phil Spencer even mentioning, oh yeah, we're going to keep the deals that are already in place. Obviously, yeah, they got a fucking deal going on in the background to get tons of extra shit that nobody else gets. And that's how they're working against Microsoft and how they've been working against their competitors, which is really Microsoft. Nintendo doesn't play a part in it, but it's kind of frustrating a little bit. And that people go, oh, it's fine, it's no big deal. And then they just point, well, Microsoft did it once or twice. It's frustrating.
No, because to me, I didn't even think about that 25% thing. That unbalances the scales. That's not cool.
Yeah.
That totally unbalances.
Yeah, it's the difference between content and benefit.
Yeah. That means basically the two players that have the same skill levels and skill set, the Xbox player has to play an extra a quarter hour for every hour that the other guy plays, and that adds up.
True. This is true. Well, but
Here's the thing: this contract that they had for this game probably was in inception way before the whole Microsoft.
It was.
Probably good year and a half at least.
So if you're gonna, it takes two to tango. So it's not just Sony in bed with this. In fact, Activision said, you know what? Sony probably made this offer, and Activision was like, hey, you know what? That's a good fucking idea.
They've been doing this for years. That's why I said Activision's been engaging in this for years. Oh yeah,
It's not uncommon. It's not uncommon. I mean, even like he said, even Xbox has had things where we've had access to things that were, that were delivered to us that Sony didn't get timed exclusive stuff.
Yeah, but I think it was a year was the longest I've ever seen anything for Xbox, and like I said, that was 360 days, and that
right.
went away.
Well, no, I'm
a long time ago.
Well, no, I'm not making excuses for it, but I'm saying that the practice is nothing new. To do that. Now, it is kind of loppy that it actually gives you, like I said, the 25% experience thing. That changes the playing level. That's not a different skin. That's not a special map that will be released on the other guys later. That's that's something totally different. This is unleveling the playing field if you're playing, especially if you're playing cross-platform, that these guys are leveling up faster than you can.
We just got to put in the time. That's all.
Yeah.
Good friend of the show, Royal Boyle 78 in the building. What's happening, Royal? Good to see you, my friend. Hope all is well. Yeah.
But who do you blame? Do you blame Sony for actually getting it, or
it's got to be?
It depends. To me, it depends on who approached who, and how much they were. And was that in play when the contracts were signed before? Was that all in play before Microsoft was going to end up buying Activision?
Yeah, somebody comes to you with a bag of $10 or $20 million, you're going to turn it down?
Yeah. There's a lot of things that we don't have the information about.
Oh yeah.
Now they
probably never will.
Sony is the one who's approaching Activision with those. Like they're basically going into a boardroom saying we want incentives for people to play this game on our platform over.
Yeah, I know. I know. I get that. What I'm saying is, did it happen before or after Phil signed the paperwork? You know what I'm saying?
On this one, it might have been. It might. I'd say it was still before. I would say that was before because
not for all. Maybe not for all of it. Maybe when they saw what was going to happen, then they went back and said, "Hey, can we get this too? We'll pay you an extra X."
I could see that could have been a flat contract that goes with each Call of Duty game that they've just kind of amended based on certain aspects. I mean, they're gonna see certain things that gamers are going to take advantage of, things that gamers really like. That's the key. They look at the store, they look at what sells, and then they're going to gear it toward what's going to benefit their gamers. Yeah.
But as soon as they saw, okay, Microsoft's going to own this franchise, let's try to make sure we keep these people on our side.
Well, they could have, and with the way that they're talking and how much complaining they're doing and how weak of a position, in my opinion, that they put themselves into by stating we need this and we have to have it.
That wasn't a good look.
But it's like but you also have to understand when it comes to playing online. Okay, and I can only say from what I'm looking around and observing and with my kids, they mostly want to play all these online games on their PC or on their Xbox because their online ecosystem according to my kids, is just better. So Sony is trying to do whatever they can to get these habitual online players more and more onto their platform and stay there permanently.
Yeah.
So remember, as a whole, more Call of Duty players are on PlayStation already.
Yeah.
There's no denying that.
A deep dark hole.
I've asked the question to chat, and this is a great one for the panel. If you bought Modern Warfare 2 already, and it looks like everybody on this panel has, which console did you buy it for, and why did you pick said console? Because I'm a multi-console owner, but I picked the Xbox version.
How dare you, Spider-Man, you bastard! Don't like Call of Duty.
Praxis, which you bought it for Xbox and not PlayStation. Does everybody have a PlayStation 5 in this panel?
No.
Nope. I have access to one. I have access to one, but I don't own one.
I still have a PS4. Okay. Yeah. Which means I can still play
it.
But
no wise, right? Obviously you do because you have the headset. So
I got him.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he's balls deep in that one. Jeez, he's about to really take one for the team there soon.
This is going to sound really stupid, but I bought both versions. Mainly because, like, again, I mean, this is going to sound like really fanboy shit, but I really like the DualSense. So if I'm gonna play a single player campaign, I want to play it on using the DualSense. So that's why I bought the PlayStation. My kids wanted the Xbox version, so yeah, that's why I have both. So, which actually, to be honest with you, it does make it does like, I mean, I just like the rumble, the haptic features, because I did play a little bit on my son's Xbox, and it just wasn't the same. I don't know. I know I sound like a straight fucking fanboy, but sorry, I like what I like. So, well.
We don't think any different of you, trust me.
No. Yeah, our thoughts on you cannot change one way or the other.
No, I don't think you're going to affect it any way you slice it. Anybody.
Paul, the fact that you can think at all is amazing.
Look, when I bought the game,
I'm not the teacher in Alabama, you little freak. So yeah,
I bought the game simply for the fact, like, on Xbox, because that's, again, hate to use the old adage, but that's where my friends are. That's generally where most of my friends play multiplayer. I have a PlayStation 5. I've got lots of friends on there. Some are even in the chat right now. But the fact of the matter is, when I'm on PlayStation 5, I rarely see any of my friends playing a multiplayer game on PlayStation. It's usually the single player stuff. I can't remember the last time I had a multiplayer game invite from anyone on PlayStation, even though they'll see me playing some of those games, but I never see any invites. So, like, that's the reason. As much as I would love to get the incentives that you get with PlayStation version, it's kind of hard for me to invest in a copy for that platform, simply because of that fact. I feel like I get more value of getting it on Xbox. And by God, if this deal goes through and Call of Duties end up on Game Pass, the value is going to go through the roof, even though I won't have Game Pass. But for those of you who will have it, it's just icing on the cake.
Yeah, you'll be back.
Nah.
Well, it depends on how many games come out all of a sudden, and you go, I want to play that.
Yeah, also depends on the subscription model and the price increases, which will come
at some point.
At some point, yes. I'm not worried about it right now.
Yeah.
It's a mum topic, but
Yeah. And then there's those of us who have Game Pass through the end of 2025, so I really don't care.
Dick.
Rub it in. Why don't you rub it in? No, seriously, rub it in.
No,
rub it in.
No, rub more.
So let me give it. So when in full disclosure, I actually won my copy of Modern Warfare. And the guy I won it from actually said I was the only one who asked for it on Xbox. Everybody else asked for it on PC because they give away multiple. And so I did actually have the option to go with PC, but my PC is not strong enough to enjoy it as well. So I chose to go with Xbox.
Yeah, I don't like playing it in N64 mode either, but that's just me.
So and plus, like Noof, all of my friends play on even though there's cross-platform, all of my friends play on Xbox. So that tends to be my default platform for games. If I can get them on PC or console, I usually go for console. So,
Mr. Bushido, welcome, sir.
Let's see. Salty in the chat says, for multiplayer, the DualSense is actually a hindrance. It's better for single player. Yeah, I guess it's on a case by case scenario. I had the DualSense. I've felt it in a few different games, and like I said, it's one of those things you have to adjust and get used to. But I do find for shooters that the immersion is great, feeling the rumble, but it makes it a little bit harder to aim accurately when your controller is basically vibrating through your fingers. So
Although it does come in handy for other things, but I'm not.
Oh, absolutely. If you're trying to hit the hole in the bedroom, if you know what I mean.
Wog just likes to make the controller vibrate.
Exactly. I used to put my cell phone in my pocket and call myself, but now I don't need to worry about it. I just use my DualSense.
Yeah.
They make an app for that, sir. All you got to do is look. Come on.
You can't put out the haptics on a PlayStation controller, though, can't you?
Let me tell you, when you watch Pornhub on your PS5, oh my God.
I hear they make special accessories for that too for PS5. Special.
Yeah, so Wog's sister really does try to blow his controller the whole time. It just,
I keep blowing the controller. I want it to blow me back, but it never does. Just like my wife, I guess. Oh well.
He attaches a flashlight to the end and turns the vibration all the way up.
I don't trust those Bluetooth devices, man. They could kill you. You never
Those
know.
are some weird looking control sticks you got there.
Amazon probably is wondering
Anyway.
Amazon probably wondering why they keep getting the DualSense back from my house all sticky.
God. Turn your speak up so I can call out to Alexa.
That
and order
guy
some
has
nasty
sent
shit
back
for you.
about 7 of these things already. What the fuck is he doing with them?
Anyway, next topic or whatever.
Yeah, well, we're at that time of the show. We might as well move on past COD. We'll come back to a few other things. But again, congratulations on a fantastic launch. It just shows,
yeah.
not just the strength of the franchise, but the strength of the game industry. Like, some people will look at it as a bad thing. And I get it. Like, it's a game that, it's going to sell no matter what. It can be the worst game ever. It's going to sell because it's gotten to that point now where it's beyond just being a game. It's a cultural phenomenon. It's one of those things that, and it's true because I can walk up to almost any kid and say COD and they know what it is. But, I had there was a couple of kids that came over. My friend's kids were in the house the other night and I showed them the Master Chief gun that I have, right? The like the Nerf one or whatever. They had no clue what that was. They didn't even know who the hell Master Chief was. So it just shows you that like today's kids essentially are not really in touch with gaming the way we are, and they don't, and I think this speaks for the industry. It's why like the Switch sells so well and other things don't, because they don't fucking know. They're sucked in by pop culture. Like they know what Pokemon is. And they know all that sort of shit because it's in their face. It's all over the place, but like the stuff that we're into, again, it's why we're always like flabbergasted. Like, why doesn't this sell better? Because, well, for a lot of the people that buy it, but anyway, big launch for them. That's awesome. And, it just speaks to the strength of the game industry that there's people out there spending money and, it's a good thing. And we'll see what happens. So hopefully this deal still goes through and like I said, more people will even have access to Call of Duties, both the old games and the new games down the road. So,
I mean, and real quick, Phil reiterated like today that it will stay on PlayStation.
And why wouldn't it?
Yeah,
it would.
It'd be
to put it on Xbox alone.
Yeah, it's called don't cut off your nose to spite your face. Which is,
hell yeah. Yeah.
And that would be my argument. If I'm walking in, I'd say, well, look, you can clearly see that the game sells a lot better on PlayStation than it does on Xbox. We're trying to just increase our subscription base, and that game will certainly help do that. But we're not going to pull it off because it's going to be a moneymaker for us. Just our fans will have an option, perhaps play it at a different price point, but that's but that doesn't mean a PlayStation fan can't go and buy an Xbox and still play it they act like there's this big wall up there that a PlayStation player just cannot get an Xbox. Like if you had a PlayStation, there's no other console that you can possibly own. Most of us are multi-console owners. Like it's not a big deal. Like maybe a PlayStation guy finally goes, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to get an Xbox. I can play all the Call of Duty games and I can play them now under one roof for $16.99, and if you still want to buy it on your PlayStation, you got the option. This is the thing. You're not taking anything away from nobody.
Nope. And you know what? Microsoft has history they can lean on because look at Minecraft.
Exactly.
They've left Minecraft everywhere. Everywhere.
That because it makes a ton of money.
Yep.
Right. It brings eyes to your platform, no matter how you look at it.
Yep.
Well, I know that the cost to get into it, obviously, with $99 seeming to be at least 50%, if not more, of the sales for the $99 version. It seems, talking to people, good God, it's more than 50% of the people I run into. But take that into consideration, and you can understand where the $800 million in the first couple of days or week comes into effect when you compare it to a movie release.
Oh yeah.
But I'm pointing it out for the fact I know they put a ton of money, but I don't know if they've put as much. Maybe they've put as much into an expensive Hollywood release, but their return on this is pretty substantial.
Oh, absolutely. It's huge.
Well, these companies are not idiots, all right? Like, if Activision could get away with selling a fucking $100 game every year, they would. And they know, and they know that for some of these cocksuckers, this is the only goddamn game they're gonna buy all year. Okay, so they're gonna spend, they're gonna charge them, they're gonna ream them from their anus to their tonsils as much as they can, and these people are allowing them to. So
that's a lot of reaming.
Sir X-Man keeps asking this question: if Call of Duty is so good, why did AGN give it a rating of 6? Well, look, I'm sorry, but it's on a case
don't
by case
even.
basis.
Yeah, don't.
Right, it's on a case by case basis. Maybe that reviewer is just tired of Call of Duty or doesn't care. I mean, I've been playing the campaign, and I can damn well tell you it's better than a 6.
Yeah.
Or maybe they work for IGN. Fuck them.
But anybody who's followed IGN the last few years should know that they're mostly full of shit now. Anyway,
oh God, they're the most fucking shill media.
Sir X-Man, you'd
there.
be lucky to be fucking considered a 6.
There's one guy at IGN that I actually respect and like, but it's because I know him, kind of. But he's part of the Season Gaming crew. Thai guy Travis is one of the writers.
Sir
for
X-Man,
IGN. Also, real quick, I'm seeing something that we haven't mentioned. EU is about to launch an advanced probe into the Microsoft Activision deal, so the EU is about to kick their side up now.
Oh, fuck, that's dumb.
They're gonna anally probe it.
Yeah,
What'd
probably.
No, they're gonna do what the CMA is doing. So the EU
they're looking for polyps. Yeah.
Sir X-Men is jealous that Call of Duty got a higher rating than he does. So.
Well, the problem with my comment about the IGN thing was it was a different reviewer than who had reviewed the previous game.
Well,
so
based on our previous interactions with Sir X-Man and how often that he had to lean towards the screen to read anything, I'd say the dude can't see where the probably good name was.
Sir X-Man, that shit was a 9. It's your dyslexia acting up, damn it. Put your glasses back on.
Sorry, Sir X-Man. Just jokes, brother. You're awesome, man. Good to see you in the chat. Shout out to Sir X-Man. Let's get over to Ask Arnold. Guys, get those questions ready and fire them at me right now. Let's do this real quick. 2 or 3 questions. Get Arnold in and out. Yes, and we'll move things right along.
I'm not going to say anything.
No.
I
figured as much.
Yeah, well.
Deep in and out.
So, Arnold, did you go trick-or-treating last night?
Of course I went on trick-or-treating. I mean, I love it. It doesn't matter how old you get. It's always awesome to walk up. And especially, with me, because I can really walk up and I can take out the kids and I can walk up on the people and they don't really recognize it's me because they're not expecting it. So I can literally pull off the Terminator or somebody like that and they go, holy crap, that was an amazing Terminator. You are awesome. Like, holy crap, dude, you should probably get a job in the industry. You could be like an Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonator. And I just have to sit there and I chuckle because it's so funny. But it's great. I like to go out. I bring my donkey out and we go to the houses like that. And then I say, look, come on, take a look at my asshole.
Hey, Arnold, I got a question. Darth Praxis or Cerebral Paul? Who do you trick and who do you treat?
Oh, Jesus.
You definitely have to. God damn it! Who is it again?
Darth Praxis and Cerebral Paul. Who do you treat?
Well, you're gonna have to treat Darth Praxis, just because he's the kind of guy who looks like he could use a very good trade, and you're gonna have to trick Cerebral Paul because he's very clever. So you're gonna want to do something very fascinating for him. But either which way, yes, that's my answer. You're asking some very weird fucking questions here.
Every week you put.
Oh my God, son of a bitch! I used to respect you, motherfucker.
Well, but we all know you're stupid, so it's okay.
I didn't. Don't put the words in my mouth. I never said anything about anybody being stupid. I just said I have to trick him and trick you. These fucking guys, I swear to God, knew should fire them all.
I've got a contract.
Looks like Axel is here.
You want to read it, Darth?
Oh, there you go. Good question.
Hey, Arnold.
Go ahead.
Would you let Bayonetta wrap her hair around you and enslave you for all eternity?
As long as she's brushed her hair, first of all. And second of all, it better not be her twat hair. Because that stuff can come with all sorts of crabs and everything else. So don't try to ram me at all. I like my women. I like them clean and bare. I like the shaved field. You know what I mean? I like to get in there, get my nose nice and deep. I don't want to have hair in my mouth because there's nothing worse than you're going down and you're having a great time and you're licking and spitting. You're licking and spitting. I don't like being like, no, I don't want that at all. I just want to lick a nice, clean field when I'm going in there.
Well, you know, that's what the maid said, right? I understand.
Another question for Sir X-Man.
Hey, Arnold, why did you cut off Wise Old Gamer's balls and half his penis?
I never cut off anything. The guy never had a penis to begin with. As for his balls, I think he shoved them up in his asshole for years. I swear he's just faking the whole wife and family thing that's probably not even his. He just does it to keep up appearances, you know?
I gotta say, in Alabama, after all.
Absolutely. You're in Alabama. It is the fucking slammer. That's what you're in there. Oh, boy, I got another one. What's this?
Hey, Arnold, can you say hey Hong Kong 3 times real fast? Say Hong Kong 3 times real fast, Arnold. Come on.
Hong Kong, Hong Kong, Hong Kong. Was that good enough for you? Did I pronounce Hong correctly, you honky tonk?
Keep
All
those
right, there we go,
opinions
guys.
to yourself there, buddy.
We are all going to hell, yes.
Yes, we are.
Thanks for all the questions, guys. Arnold will be back again next week. Good stuff right there. Let's move right along, shall we? Let's quickly talk about Henry Cavill's departure from The Witcher. Kind of caught everybody off guard. Some people on Twitter are up in arms. We certainly know that if you, let's just say you've been living under a rock and not following anything, Cavill obviously has made it very clear that he is reprising his role as a Man of Steel, which is amazing. I think the votes for are very high in favor, and I'm super excited for him to come back in the role of Superman. I think he's definitely the best Superman perhaps we've ever had. He wears a suit and dons the whole moniker very, very well. It is sad that he's leaving The Witcher. I think a lot of people were pleasantly surprised with his attention to detail and how well he portrayed Geralt of Rivia. He is under contract, I guess, for one more season of number 3. And when that one is wrapped, he will not be back for 4. If you haven't heard, Chris Hemsworth, the brother of Liam Hemsworth, is actually,
Strike that,
Liam
reverse
Hemsworth.
it.
Yes, the brother of Chris Hemsworth is taking, correcting me there.
You gotta don't get your Hemsworth's confused.
No,
You know,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth is Thor. Liam, I don't know what the fuck he's
The
been in
lesser
since-
Hemsworth will be.
Yeah, he's the guy that shagged Miley Cyrus for a while. That's all I can tell you.
He's the guy that starred with his brother in Red Dawn, an amazing film.
Yeah. I mean, Liam's a pretty good actor in himself, and I think he'll carry off the role relatively well. But the question is, will people just drop the show? I mean, how do you guys feel about it? I mean, pop culture aficionados, anybody here super disappointed to hear of Cavill's departure?
Oh, can I speak first? Can I go first again?
Go right ahead.
I actually posted on Twitter about this. We want Cavill to go back as Superman. We've been hearing this for years. You know, they've been petitions, Cavill, Superman. So as soon as he does it, yay, Cavill's going to be Superman. Oh, wait, he can't do the Witcher thing. Oh, crap. Okay, he doesn't need to be Superman. We want to keep him as Geralt. What? Make up your fucking mind.
People think that it's the filming obligations of the next Superman couple of movies that are taking them out. And I'm also
I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people that it's probably a scheduling issue.
Yeah, there's that, but I'm also hearing rumblings that apparently because Cavill is actually a fan of the game and the books, is having some issues with the script writing and his character moving forward. So,
could be that too.
You never know. He is a geeky guy. If guys haven't followed Cavill, he builds like PCs and everything. He loves games.
Yeah. Yep, and he his dream is to get back in the Superman thing. So for anybody to want to deny him what he wants to do is flat out silly. You know, he's been championing him to do this for ever since he did the last Superman movie and was told he wasn't returning. You should be happy for him.
Absolutely.
There are different shows where actors get replaced by different actors, and it either works or it doesn't.
Yeah.
But to sit to go, I'm never going to watch it just because. Well, that's on you. You know,
that's your prerogative. You know, you could miss out on a great TV series or not, but that's up to you. It's your money, your time, right?
Yep. And like I pointed out, there's one show that it worked out well for, but they had to do it because the actor died. And if nobody's watched
the super chats real quick, guys.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. I meant to read this one earlier because our good friend Cable Grant 692 he drops $5 Canadian. Go ahead, Mr. Dark Practice.
Listening in background at work. Have a great show.
There you go. And let's scroll on down. We got another one coming in. This one's from fucking Wise Old Gamer.
Yeah.
You know, if you're gonna throw money away, Wise Old Gamer, it's $ Cerebral Paul. It'll work out just fine.
This is gonna be a fun one to read.
In a world when Cerebral Paul's penis pump becomes self-aware, one man will most certainly take it up the ass.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fun movie right there.
Well, you know, it's a different kind of one. Yeah.
It's gonna be on Wise Old Gamer's OnlyFans. It'll be his first and only performance. Yeah.
Oh, great.
Because if you've seen Terrifier 2, that's gonna tell you what's gonna happen there.
It's more my sex life is more like the Swamp Thing, I guess.
No, you're saying, yeah, well, in the end of this one, it's going to be more like what Art the Clown's going to do to you, okay? I'm just...
A cesspool of bacteria and death? I mean, what the fuck are you talking about?
Or more like Toxic Avenger.
Oh.
Well, okay, well, yeah, that's something...
Well,
good
shit,
can come
no,
out
I
of it.
forgot what I was going to say. Holy crap.
Yes, I did
Oh,
my
no,
job.
I know what I was going to say. You know, they've had to replace actors before. In the case of the actor dying, if you've never watched Spartacus that was on Stars, watch Spartacus, watch the first season. That actor actually passed away.
Oh,
after
he was
the first
amazing,
season.
dude. Oh, yeah.
And then they found a replacement for him to carry on after they did a prequel season, so they had time to build everything back up. Yeah. But it was the whole series, all 4 seasons is incredible. So you can replace an actor and still enjoy the show. You know, if they do the right casting.
Just not with a lesser
actors
Hemsworth.
are good. For those who didn't know, the guy who took over the role after Andy passed for Spartacus is the guy who does the voice for JD Phoenix in the Gears of War franchise.
Oh, that's awesome.
How do you think they're going to handle? Are they just going to one season ends and it's Cavil, and the next season begins it's Hemsworth, and they're not going to say anything in the between?
Probably. That's the way they should do it. They shouldn't even make note of it.
No, absolutely.
The best way to do it is to not even draw attention to it once the show starts.
Yeah,
don't go, oh my gosh, you look different.
Nobody who doesn't pay attention to pop culture watch the show like, what the fuck happened to Cavil? He looks really different.
You take that dog out in the field, son, and you put a fucking bullet in it, and you get rid of it. And we're gonna get you another one. It ain't gonna look the same, but you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Goddamn dick.
The show American Housewife did that. The actress who played the youngest daughter, they changed between the second to last and last season, and they actually, gee, Kat, you look so different this year. And it was, the comedy side played into the fact that same thing Roseanne did when they replaced the older daughter Becky. There. Yeah, when they replaced Becky and the old Becky came back, there was a lot of gags going on. But for something like The Witcher, you don't want to do that. You want to play it straight. Like nothing has changed.
Can you still play it straight, by the way?
Only on Sundays. Because he's got to go to church. Depends on what church he goes to, though.
But that was my point, that it can be done, and if they do it right, they'll just move forward. And if it works, it works.
About as straight as a question mark.
Yeah. Sir X-Men spending a lot of his money on super chats.
He's working now. He's dropping his hard-earned cash in the super chat.
Yeah, I know.
Right now.
Oh my god!
I'm still waiting for my golf game there, Sir X-Men. So stop throwing away $2 here, $2 there. No,
go ahead.
I miss being on the show, guys. It was fun.
It sounds like a constipated movie announcer.
But it's nice. It's nice to know, even though the Sir X-Men left, thanks to Cerebral Paul, we've not lost the senility on the chat. So it's good to know.
And Sir X-Men comes back with a double deuce, 7 out of $2.
Jesus. Yeah. Let me think.
I think the Master Chief guy should be in winter.
Shit. Oh, man. Yeah, they did it in the first.
So I think next week I'm going to leave my camera on so you can see how many times I roll my eyes every time Wise Old Gamer opens his mouth.
Turn it off. Turn it off. Fuck it. We have kids in the chat. Turn that shit off.
Hey, I look good, baby.
Look, he's trying to do the Superman curl up the front and everything. Look at that.
I love that. That's sexy as hell.
Is that the wig you wore for Halloween?
That ain't no wig, baby. That's all me.
I do that curl for real.
Paul's motto is you ain't had it right till you had it white.
That's right. Santa will be around next. Santa will be paying a visit in December. Santa will be here in December on the show.
You
So
sexy
that,
silver
baby.
fox bastard, you.
Little Timmy's like, if Santa's in a wheelchair, how the fuck does he get down the chimney?
Shut the fuck up, kid. Just take the present already. Tell him what you want.
That's right.
Get off his fucking lap. I can't get on. Shut up! Just take the present.
Show
No.
your faces. We got the really
Mama
show
doesn't
our
mind if
faces.
we. Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Phasma wants to show other faces. All right, real quick, Phasma, just for you, okay? I don't look very good tonight, but I will.
I
Here
only
we go.
could.
you don't look very good any day. So just go for it.
If I had a camera, I'd show you. But
I'm doing the rock.
Don't.
The people's eyebrow.
the people's.
People's eyebrow. Yeah.
Freaks come.
I
out
can
at
smell
night.
what you're cooking.
The freaks come out at
Freak.
night. The freaks
Yeah,
come
well, if
out
he
at
keeps it up, we're gonna hear what he's cooking. He had, he did that last week. So, in fact, I don't think anybody but me caught it last week when you did that. By the way,
You caught something that I gave? That's cool.
I was gonna say,
he
what'd
farted
you
last
catch?
week on the show. He farted during the podcast last week,
Oh, you guys
And
actually
no-
heard that?
and nobody caught it. I don't think. I actually laughed. I think he knows I caught it.
Nobody caught my fart.
That's right.
terrible.
Because and he actually and he actually said something right before he did it. So if you were paying attention, you heard he was going to do it. Yeah.
Why am I not surprised when something comes out of Noo's house? Paul is the first to catch it.
He's the one with the mitt. That's why,
I'm
asshole. You know that.
Both Noof and I were actually surprised that it took him this many shows to actually start doing that again. Used to be like a weekly occurrence.
Sometimes
that he would
I'm
just-
look, what can I say? The cost of gas is very high. Sometimes I don't have mud.
Yeah.
It's like a volleyball rotation with that mitt. I'm sick of it.
I still think the worst one was one of the ones you did on Good Morning Xbox, dude.
When Axel was talking.
Yeah.
It's always fun to fart when Axel's talking.
I mean that
You
shit.
kind of hear
sounded
something. You kind of hear something. You see his brain rolling. It's kind of like,
Yeah.
fart.
No, you know something's coming.
Yeah.
He said that.
Hold on.
No, this part.
Okay?
This part was very wet and juicy. I mean, it did it.
This game
It
was
was.
brought to you by.
It was bad. It was bad.
I
It was
gotta leave the
bad.
stream. Give me about 5 minutes, maybe 10.
Oh, we got another super chat from Sir Axel. Look at that, $2. Go ahead, Praxis.
Why does Paul's hair look like gray Sonic Hedgehog?
That's right.
Because secretly he is.
That's right. He's the fastest guy we know on two wheels. Vroom, vroom.
Look, I don't know why you guys are giving me crap about my hair. Look at that. That's beautiful,
Yeah,
baby.
he's got a good flow going on there. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Paul's got to look good for his 24-hour stream there next week.
That's right.
Well, gonna have the eye bags. That's what he's gonna have.
I mean, y'all remember how my hair looked when it was really long last year, right? Or a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like my
Yeah,
Xbox
yeah.
shirt.
If that's Paul's
Holy
flow,
Jesus! Turn it off.
Yeah.
If that's Paul's flow, he needs a fucking tampon. That's all.
That looks like the looks like a Chef Boyardee done blowed it up there. I don't know what that's for.
Oh fuck! Oh god, that's great.
I had to turn on the lights. I had to go wear clothes. I had to stop masturbating. I had to do a whole lot of things before I could turn on the camera.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You had to get fucking ready. You had to do a show within the
Exactly.
show.
Look at
Exactly.
your chin. Look at your chin pubes going there. Yeah.
You know you like it. You know you get turned on by that shit.
How many chins you got down there? 2, 3?
I got enough rolls for you, baby.
Got my rolls in a bakery.
Yes, indeed.
Your back of your neck
Troy,
looks like a hot dog, doesn't it? Yeah.
How do you
I thought
feel?
you liked them
Wise Old
sausages.
Gamer, how do you feel about Cavil leaving the whole thing? You think you just said right?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
to be honest, I hope they handle it tastefully. That's the main thing, right? Like, if they keep going and keep the same quality of the writing, I don't think anything is really going to be affected. But I mean, I'm hoping this is not like one of those shows where they change the main character and
There it is.
well,
Keep talking.
I-
just keep
I-
talking. Just
I
keep
sure as
going.
fuck
Just-
smelled
No
it,
one
but I
noticed a
sure as
thing.
hell didn't dealt it. I sure as fuck smelled it, but I sure as hell didn't deal it.
Woo. Jesus, that's nasty.
You can't put gerbils up there. I told you. God damn it, they die.
See, like this is what Noof does to protect himself from crabs.
Yeah,
Crabs smell like we're out. We can't do this.
Bombcast.
they latch onto them gerbils and
Yeah.
it's over. I tell you. Damn it.
you know, if his cats are in there with him, they're going, good God, the door's closed.
The dog is wondering what the fuck. I know I didn't do. Where's the?
I don't think
fucking dog?
I don't think Noof has a dog. I know he has 2 cats, I think.
4 cats.
4 cats.
A lot
And
of
they're all,
pussy.
and they're all trying to claw their way out.
You
I
crazy
like
old
Cyber
cat
Gunter.
man.
This show stinks. I like Cyber.
In 4K smell-o-vision.
Your fart was so
Okay,
deadly it broke
continue.
Paul's camera.
Gaming
Yeah,
after
I mean, I
dark.
hope they handle it good. I hope that only
they handle
Cavil
it
is
good?
leaving. Yeah, handle it good. Well, I was gonna say.
I think
Okay,
that's
I'm
what
done.
they
I
are
can't
doing.
say anything. I can't.
Yeah,
I
I
just
honestly
don't-
don't. I don't get the knee jerk reaction of the public. You know, it's like, just wait. You know,
Well, you know, it's just one of those things. It's just that the proof will be in the pudding. We'll just have to see what happens and just be. I don't think just him leaving is going to destroy the show. There's got to be a lot more involved than him leaving. I mean, I think these days and times, hell, they had fucking young ass Mark Hamill play himself and was it Mandalorian, so they can do a little post effects to sort of make the look similar, I guess.
no, they don't want to do that. They don't. They'll do it with makeup. They don't want to do that with digital effects. That actually gets costly.
Well, yeah, but
So-
they're going to do something to make sure that they preserve the overall integrity of the look of the actual Witcher, I guess. So, you know.
Well,
I
yeah,
think
they're gonna slap a wig on him, just like they did with Cavil.
They're gonna reface Cavil onto him and just pretend
Yeah, I
like he's
know.
always there.
Yeah.
That's pretty
I
good.
went,
I mean,
on a,
I could,
I went on a diet. I went on a diet. I've lost some weight. This is what I look like.
and some height and yeah, and some width.
Like I said, they just gotta. The best thing to do is play it straight, not to try to do anything funky with
My
it.
voice
Just
is
play it straight.
different.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Liam Hemsworth will just do the bathtub scenes. That's all. His feet will be hanging out. Just mean more of the sexy girls and less of him. That's all.
But in general, what do you think
Which
of the
sexy
show?
girls are you talking about?
It'll be the first show
Chris?
that they do. It'll be the first show they do in first person for the whole thing. You'll actually never see Hemsworth. You'll just
Yeah.
I mean, the show
Always
is.
back on shots with the
Okay.
game.
yeah.
I do.
Yeah, they,
I do have a hot take though. I think the show is good. It's not great by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, I
The first
enjoyed
season
it.
was fucked up. It was kind of cool, but the fucking story was all over the place on that first one.
Yeah, it was like really hard to follow for the first couple episodes as well. And
Have
I
you played
mean-
the game? The game is hard to follow the first couple. It's like, oh my god.
oh, and they're talking about doing a remake for.
Oh yeah,
Witcher-
baby. I'm
Witcher
looking
1
forward to
too.
that. Looking
So,
forward to that.
sorry, not pulling it off. Just mention it real quick. But yeah, that looks incredible.
yeah, I mean that's actually what I'm really looking forward to. I mean the whole Witcher, the Netflix show. I'm like, okay, it's okay. So if they switch out one guy for another, and if it allows, what I hope they do when Cavill redons the mantle of Superman, I hope they do the Crisis on Infinite Earth storyline. So I hope they're not going to.
That is a large, expensive storyline if they go.
Yeah,
I really
don't-
do.
Well,
We-
they're gonna have a
We
problem
want
with
all
Flash,
the
I'll tell
heroes
you
from
that.
all the Earths.
Like I said, they're gonna have a little problem with the Flash. I think on that one, or at least the actor that plays the Flash.
Well, no, we already know they're changing him up. So you
Well,
know.
yeah,
they-
I know.
Yeah.
The good
How
news
about you,
on that
Darth?
is
You got any love for Liam Hemsworth? You think he can pull this off? Are you ready to give up on the show like half of Twitter is? Or like, I'm not watching it.
No, Garth has a Liam Hemsworth poster on his ceiling. It's really kind of freaky.
Yeah. I know Mr. Brooks. Mr. Brooks does have that on his ceiling, but I don't. Garth Brooks. I'm sorry, you said Garth, not Darth.
No,
Damn your
Darth.
eyes.
I said Darth. Yeah,
I understand. It's okay. I actually, in all truth, I've never been a fan of the show. I saw it. I think they did some interesting things. I thought his casting was weird at first. Then I saw what he did, and I thought that's pretty good. But the story I've never been into. The casting for the other characters, in my opinion, was miserable compared to the casting of the characters in the game. They didn't fit. To me, they didn't fit in any way. And then the story of the show, I watched a few episodes and was like, man, what are they doing? And it kind of reminds me a lot of things that they've done with pop culture where they refocus things. Like they bring a Hawkeye show out and they make it about the girl, not Hawkeye. And you're like, it's a Hawkeye show. Like, well, he's been in the movie, so she takes it. Well, call it her show then.
Hawkeye?
Yeah, it's like having the show Arrow, and it's not about him. It's about somebody who's taken over for him. That's fucking stupid. And The Witcher, it also didn't really focus. And I understand this. It's hard to translate some aspects of games into shows, but why couldn't it incorporate more of what he does in the show? A lot more, like have it be about him taking down things and fighting things. And I think I know the answer to that. It's expensive. It costs a lot of money to do all those effects, so they've got to cut back on that. And I can get it, but it does frustrate me. And they could have done a far better job, but it's just never been a big deal. And as far as them recasting, I think Liam will probably do fine, but it is going to be a big change. It's not going to be something that's easy to just get over, like Cerebral Paul was talking about.
If he was cast originally, say Cavil never got the role, I think a lot of us could probably go, you know what? I think Liam will be okay. Fine.
He'd be fine.
You know?
Yeah. But seeing him on it, and not just that, it's also I guess you could kind of like see him possibly as the Witcher. But I think everybody's pretty much used to the Witcher 3's Witcher, so they're used to the older, aged Witcher. Everybody's familiar with that face, and seeing him as it, you can have Cavill kind of pull off that aged look a little better, whereas Hemsworth's he's gonna have an issue, and he looks like a young kid compared. So it's gonna be, I don't know, unless they're like, hey, we're gonna do a prequel, we'll go back in time, but I don't think they're gonna do that. So it's a little weird. The choice is a little weird. Like Paul was saying with Spartacus, you pick somebody that looks close and that can fill the shoes better instead of picking somebody. In my opinion, I don't know. I don't even know why they picked him. They just kind of went with, we can get him. It's kind of what it seems like. Are you available? Come on down. So
they were probably looking a little bit for the physique as well. I mean, more,
this brings up a great question as well. What do you guys think is the worst transition in movie or game when they did a character change? We've seen this in movies. We've seen it in television shows. I mean, somebody mentioned earlier the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where they had to change Aunt Viv. I liked the original Aunt Viv. I didn't care for the second lady that played her. You've had Arnold who did, 2 notorious Conan the Barbarian movies, and then they sort of did a reboot with Jason Momoa, which most people avoided. I thought Jason Momoa was actually a pretty damn good Conan. As a matter of fact, in terms of the look, I think Jason Momoa sort of nailed the comic look better per se than Arnold did. But there's, and then you got things like Superman, the TV shows. We've had numerous versions of Superman. You had everybody from, what's his name, from Smallville. You've had Lois and Clark back with Dean Cain.
Now you have the new one too, because you have Lois and Superman, which was a great show, by the way.
Not fussy about either one of those. All 3 of those guys I mentioned, to be honest with you, I didn't care for either one. Dean Cain I liked a little bit, but the other guys not too much.
And don't forget about
if you go back to 1953, you go back to 1953, and you have
War Machine, from Iron Man. Jared Leto as the Joker. A lot of people hated that.
Oh, that was awful. That was was so bad.
It was a mess.
Leto was not the right person for the Joker, or at least they didn't write him right. I should say
they didn't write him right. Yeah. I think he could have pulled it off if somebody had given him better material to work with and given him better direction. I think he would have been great. But
I didn't like George Clooney as Batman either. So
George Clooney doesn't like Batman.
He didn't like himself. He apologized so much. He's like, "It was my fault. I fucked the series up."
He still apologizes to this day for that shit. Okay,
I'm so sorry.
That was horrible. Yeah,
screw Joel Schumacher. What an asshole.
Incredible Hulk was a fantastic one because we had We had Ang Lee's The Hulk, which had Eric.
Oh, that was
Bana.
disgusting. That was so bad. I
And
hated
then of course,
Ang Lee's
then we
Hulk.
had after that we had what's his name
Ed
there
Norton.
from Edward
Ed
Ed
Norton.
Norton. Yeah.
And now you of course got what's his
Mark
name? there?
Ruffalo.
Yes, Mark
Mark-
Ruffalo. Thank
I
you.
actually preferred Ed Norton, honestly.
Really?
I prefer Bill
yeah.
Bixby, but that's just me.
Yeah, there was that.
And I actually really liked Eric Bana. I actually liked Ang Lee's version of the Hulk.
It was the movie itself which made that move that made that painful. It wasn't the actor; it was the movie.
Oh, Ang
Yeah.
Lee was the director. It was the director.
Yeah, it was the
He
director.
was a lunatic, and he was like, "I'm gonna make it look like comic book panels." Like, dude, no, what are you doing? It was
Yeah.
weird.
And remember, that was relatively early in the use of that much CGI because the Hulk was
bad
entirely
story.
CGI. It was like,
But him beating up the tank and jumping, I
Yeah.
thought the jumping and stuff, I thought that was incredible. That was like showing the Hulk do things. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god, that's accurate. Oh fuck, that's right.
But the story
But-
was shit.
Oh, the story,
I
story
love
was
Marissa
bad.
Tomei. I masturbate to her nightly off of when she plays that lady on My Cousin Vinny. But she is not a good Aunt May. I did not like her Aunt May. I'm sorry to say that. I did not.
How do we
like
get
her
to
Aunt
Spider-Man?
Oh, Marissa Tomei's Aunt May.
Yeah, we just
Yeah,
bounced
yeah.
from the Hulk to Spider-Man. I don't know how that happened,
Oh.
but
He must be
Well,
looking on the internet,
just-
looking some Pornhub
She
stuff.
just seemed like way too young, like just based on the
Yeah.
comic. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, okay, you got to consider also that was
Everybody went from taking pity on Aunt May to we want to bang Aunt May.
Yeah.
No, she. It was
That's
another
pretty much
universe.
what happened.
It was another universe. That was. I mean, that's pretty much the explanation.
Yeah,
There's
that's the way.
There's no Ben. There's no Ben. She's single.
Responsibility. All right.
By the way,
why you wear a condom, kids?
Why?
by the way, there's a movie and a show set that both went into the actor switching. It was James Bond was the first one to do it regularly. Because we had
Those
Sean
bad
Connery.
nipples,
Then we had George Lazenby because he only wanted to do half the movie. After that, he was done. And then, of course, for those of us UK fans, Doctor Who. Every time they started a new generation, every time they had to replace the actor, all that stuff wasn't in place when they first did that. By the way, all that stuff has been developed as the show aged. The whole idea of regeneration and being the same person but in a different body. All
I'll
that
tell
was
you,
developed by the
I
show.
think we're 20 years away, maybe even less. I think we're going to get to a point where I think movie studios are going to license the likeness and voices of the actors, and they're going to replace 100% CGI.
Yeah, which is not a good thing, but it is what it is.
Well,
I think
the best replacement was when they replaced Sir X-Man with Darth Praxis.
Oh my god! I'm friends with that asshole. You asshole.
The resemblance is fucking uncanny.
yeah,
Well, thank you. I try my best.
yeah.
Next week we're
apparently-
gonna replace
Bring him
Cerebral
live
Paul
on
with a
camera
cucumber.
to see how well he reads off the
Yeah.
screen, right?
So-
Next week we're gonna replace Cerebral Paul with a cucumber. So,
Is it used?
Get one of those M&M plushies.
exactly.
Who are you calling a plushie? Look, a fat boy up there above me. Don't be talking about me.
Jason Max says he wish they would stop making so many superhero movies and give us more movies like My Cousin Vinny.
Well, yeah, that's called originality. There's not a lot of that in Hollywood anymore.
No, it's called about making something that just
Well,
makes
what's
money.
the- what's
license for
the-
money?
Well, what's the old thing is even with books, they say there's only 7 types of stories. They're just different ways to tell them. Is what it comes down
Yeah.
to. And so right now superheroes are hot. And we went through that phase earlier too. Everything goes in cycles.
I heard
God forbid we should ever go into the heavy, deep, romantic crap that we had in the 60s and early 70s.
Yeah, that's all in the background. That plays off anyway. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
We got the
Oh,
Hallmark
you know
channel with
you're-
that shit.
Paul, you're pissed. You've not masturbated since the 60s, anyways. Is that the reason? Anyway.
I'm still trying to figure. I'm still trying to figure out what bet your wife had to lose that she had to marry you.
I thought Paul hated me. Stop it. Jeez, gamer. God. You're going to take all that hate. Fucking dick.
I take
Anyway, like I said, it's a fun little debate. Like I said, sucks that Cavil's out, but at the same time, there's a positive, there's a negative, and the positive is yes, he's going to reprise Superman. He he was an amazing. Shout out to obviously, like I said, Dwayne the Rock Johnson, who also kind of petitioned in his case, and kind of approached the studios and and said that he should come back. I mean, because who wants to say no to Dwayne Johnson? He's probably the hottest movie star in Hollywood right now. He's certainly one of the biggest bankable stars. So
by the way, look at who's taking over the entertainment side of WB. Okay, this is no small thing. This is why he's back, is because James Gunn is in control.
Yeah,
this is
huge.
Why he came back.
Yeah. I think the DC universe has a lot of potential. I like the fact that that they have a certain era of realism and a little bit of a darker theme, more so than the Marvel stuff, which feels a little bit
which is funny because it used to be Marvel was the quote more realistic, the very more depressing side. Look at Peter Parker. Everything that can happen wrong in Peter Parker's life happens all the time.
I thought you thought about the X-Men. They all seem fucked up to me.
They are. The Marvel used to be the whole Marvel side always used to be the more quote grounded in reality type of, as far as the shit they always went through. Hey,
I got a question. Aren't they replacing the Black Panther with a dead guy?
What?
Aren't they replacing the Black Panther with a dead guy?
The guy who
the guy who played him died.
Chadwick.
Damn it, man! Get your shit
Chadwick
straight before you talk. Oh my God!
We're gonna get letters. We're gonna get letters.
We're not in the 80s, dude. They use email, bro. We're gonna
same
get banned.
Same thing. Same thing. You're gonna get messages. Just remember, that's Wise Old Gamer. Look him up and bug him.
Do you need his address? Yeah, I'll send it to you.
You can follow me on Twitter, Sir X-Men.
Let me just find some stamps and an envelope, and I'll get that to you.
Oh shit. Let's get into the next topic real quick. Let's talk about Square Enix. They kind of came up with a statement more or less saying that their current business model wasn't overly profitable. Like you tell.
Yes,
and the general response from both the industry and the public was no shit.
With the cost of games rising, with studio production going up, I mean, and of course, Square Enix isn't a license to print money. They do have their franchise that we know, like obviously do big bang for them, being Final Fantasy is one of them, but having Final Fantasy tied to a certain platform for so long, with so many fans who wanted to play it or didn't play it or just playing it now, I think left a lot of money on the table. I think they've seen things grow in certain areas where they have put those games on competing platforms, aka Xbox or on the Switch. They made some really dumb moves too. You mean they're letting a lot of franchises kind of slide, or certainly not get the love and attention that they need. I always feel like the Tomb Raider franchise is under their banner, and it's kind of getting the stink eye. Then they've had some obviously big missteps with kind of gambling on the Avengers to kind of be like this game that was just a license to print money. And we saw that, unlike the movie industry, in the games industry is widely different. And we can go into a million things of why that game sort of, I wouldn't say necessarily tanked, but certainly didn't live up to expectations. But anyway, they're basically revaluing their business model, and that certainly could mean they're going to take a harder look at being multi-platform for the foreseeable future. That Sony's exclusive money toss at them is just not enough to sort of make ends meet. How do you guys feel about this? Anybody can take the floor.
Well, okay. Look,
other fucking news, Paul blanks.
We need buzzers. God damn it.
They had a Western division, and they said, that part's not doing so good, so we're going to focus on the Asian side of the market. Well, welcome to the real world. Because our side, the Western side, we're hungry for those JRPGs. We want that stuff. They were stupid. And then I did love didn't live up to expectations. And then Guardians of the Galaxies which at a launch didn't do that well, but because of word of mouth, took off like a fucking rocket.
Because it was
and
a
they
great
still,
fucking game.
yeah, and they still tell them it didn't live up to expectations, and they got to be sitting there going, "Are you fucking kidding me? What do you mean we didn't live up to expectations? Look at what's happening." So it's like, I swear that board of directors has no fucking clue what they're doing. I swear to God.
It's almost like Nintendo owns them or something.
It's like, I mean,
No, it's more like Xbox owns them.
Well,
no.
Careful when you light that fuse, sir. You never know what's behind it.
Yeah. I don't try to bash a company, but the decision they made time after time after time, it's just like, and you basically, it's like, good thing that gun only has 6 bullets because you're running out of toes. It's like, Jesus.
Yeah, no shit. Don't worry, they're reloading. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's going to happen.
Because they do look like they're setting themselves up to try to be bought or supported by somebody.
Oh, by Sony. Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, because right now, until this deal with Activision goes through, I don't think Microsoft can approach them, because then Sony will go, see. So they don't want to do that right now.
He's doing it. He's doing it again.
Teacher, I told you he was doing it.
So they have to play very careful about that. But but it does really seem like the way they took it all public, that they are looking for somebody, please buy us and support us. We can't afford this anymore. Well, fuckers, you did it yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
The first thing I would do is go, okay, let me see your books and see what the hell you've been doing.
They do not know what the fuck they're sitting on.
No,
combined.
I do not get it. Every decision they've made lately is just like, what the hell?
I mean, like, seriously, like, you could, if you take all of the games that Square has and combine it with all the games that Enix has, like Dragon Quest and all that shit, there is no excuse in this godforsaken world why they should be in the financial turmoil that they're in. I'll even go as far as to say this: Square Enix was Japanese development for the greater part. When Square Enix fell, that's when Japanese development or Japanese gaming fell in general. I mean, so yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. They got all this shit. They don't even know what they're doing. They took 7 fucking years to make a Final Fantasy game, and it came out and it ran like ass. I mean, shit. Come on, what the fuck are you doing? It's just like, you have all these IPs, all these dormant IPs that you are not using. People are waiting in everywhere around the world for the next Dragon Quest game. You've announced 4 fucking mobile Dragon Quest games. You did announce one set top or console Dragon Quest game. We've not heard shit about it since. What the hell, man?
But how about that Octopath Traveler, right?
Octopath. That was a big ass fuck.
No. Those are good games for the system.
A lot of people love it. A lot of people love Octopath Traveler.
Those are great games, but the problem is it's like they're stepping backward. And that should be an arm. That's what's actually keeping them up. That's what's keeping them alive. Or things like that they're releasing on the Switch, and that's pathetic.
No. HD 2D is good. Octopath Traveler was good. Their fucking attack pattern. They release Octopath Traveler on Game Pass. It gains a foothold in the Western market because of Game Pass. When they announced this fucking sequel, guess what it is not on? Which console it is not on? Well, Xbox. What the fuck? That was an ass fuck.
Because they probably put it on Game Pass because they got upfront money from Microsoft to do it. They do get paid to put their stuff on Game Pass.
But why not release the fucking game on Xbox? You don't have to put the damn thing on Game Pass.
Let me finish that. They use that money to finance the other game and that's their problem. That's why I'm saying somebody really needs to look at these financial decisions they're making, because there's no reason they should be in this position. None. Somebody's been mishandling the money big time. So, because Avengers had a shaky start, but after a while it started going strong. Guardians of the Galaxy Game of the Year potential, and so it's not like they lost money there. So what are they doing with their money? That would be my question: is what are they doing with the money? Because it's certainly not going into game development.
To be honest with you, I think you got a point there. Maybe this is why they're going to those deals with PlayStation and Xbox, because it's upfront money that they need.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, they might be hemorrhaging worse than we thought.
And then it still comes down to what are they doing with their money? Is all it comes down to.
Yeah. So you mean to tell me putting your game on one fucking console doesn't work? What a goddamn thought.
Well, because it seems like they're trying to focus on only one area or the other, Western or
I wonder why that
Asian.
is.
Well, you're also gonna remember like Square Enix has multiple studios, so the more studios you have underneath your banner, the higher it is. I mean, obviously to to run a company, you got a lot more employees to pay, you got more things to manage, and a lot more gambling on games to be successful.
Right, but if you have those studios, you do like Microsoft does. Okay, you guys aren't that busy. This team needs a little help.
Yep.
Go back them up a little bit. Go help them get their shit done.
Oh yeah.
Which is
I was just talking to somebody. Somebody brought up to me that what was it? Oh, what game is coming out from Bethesda, and it's going to be fucking how long? They said it was 9 years.
Starfield.
No. The next, not Starfield.
Oh,
it was
the next
Fallout.
The next Fallout. Yeah.
They said it was like on a 8 or 9 or 10 year path. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what? And my point was this: you're owned by Microsoft now. You have that many other developers in the studio available to you, and you can't draw from another team. You can't get somebody from the coalition or someone else to help support to make this go quicker. And for Christ's sake, if it's running on Unreal Engine 5.
No,
you can make it happen.
They're still, but before that, they're also still working on the next Morrowind or whatever.
I don't give a fuck. There's multiple studios working on multiple things.
But see, if you look at what Microsoft's doing right now, most of those studios are getting to a point where they're busy. So yeah, there may be time
my point is yes, Microsoft has multiple studios working on multiple things, and Bethesda was not a single studio. They had multiple different things happening.
But we know that those studios underneath Bethesda are also working on other stuff. Like I said, first thing,
and figure out what you need to get done.
Before we get the next Fallout, we're also getting, like I said, we're getting the next in the Morrowind.
I know, but 10 fucking years is 10 fucking years.
All of our games are taking 10 years to produce. We're gonna see.
We're
all gonna die by the time they come out. It's done.
No, but that okay, but
you get my gist.
I mean, that's
I do, but I'm betting a lot of their big focus is after because remember, part of their teams are also working on, I believe, an unnamed Star Wars game or something as well.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Under Bethesda, but Bethesda's not being sloppy. They know what they're doing. At the same time, they've got the new ESO game.
Or not even games for the next.
Not even online. It's just another Elder Scrolls game. It's been like a long time since we've had outside of 76 that we've had a new.
This kind of shit will say, "Don't buy an Xbox Series X because the games we're building now won't be ready till we're on the Xbox."
Oh,
Series
stop it! Stop it! If I want to be on a show with Crap Gamer, I'll get a hold of Crap Gamer.
Do you know that Dragon Quest was Enix, or Square Enix, was a requisition by the Japanese government not to release Dragon Quest on a weekday because the office workers would not go to work that day.
Yeah,
the kids would not go to school that day. They have that IP under their umbrella. That is not the only freaking IP they have like that. Final Fantasy also had that following. And literally, they handed both of the reins or the control or the popularity of that shit over to Altus. Now, Altus is what Square Enix used to be with their Persona franchise, So this is the thing that I'm talking about. They got all of this shit. There's no reason for a company with two big IPs like they have in their repertoire to be in financial straits as they're in. I'll tell you what it probably is. They put too much fucking money in that Avengers game, and they just were not able to see heads or tails of it.
Well, and they're still expanding on the Avengers game. They're still
That
putting out
fucking
stuff.
game is dead. Okay.
No, it's
is-
not. No,
that
it's not.
is.
No, it's not.
It
Only to
should be
you.
dead.
Okay. Tell me why that game is next gen, then, Paul. Come on.
I swear to fuck. if you're not gonna have a serious conversation, then I'm not even gonna try. But
Oh. Come on.
Everybody's
I'm sorry.
speechless.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You should be, you son of a bitch.
But yeah.
Yeah. Any further thoughts?
Well, like you were saying about the development times, I understand when things are truncated and take longer, but it kills me to see them.
Man,
but again, that's not the only big game they're working on.
It's not the only big game they're working on, but they should have cycles that shouldn't be like it's going to be 10 years. That's ridiculous. You can't keep doing that, especially when you have.
Well, and I don't know that they are going to keep doing that. I think.
Well, but the expansion.
Let them get through. Let them get through Starfield. Remember, most of their teams right now trying to get Starfield.
Well, yeah, and maybe when they get
go.
off of that, they can expand. They can push them into these other teams and help them bring it up. But there's going to be support for games that exist. What you bring out. I mean, there's all kind of things that come.
By the way, the other side of it might be if they tell you of 9-10 years and they come out in 7 or 6.
Oh, look, we made it early, which is
yeah.
It's a good plan in that regard. But the problem is it's Bethesda, so it's probably 10 fucking years.
Well, remember that was Bethesda under Altman, and Altman
in
2023,
Xbox and its game studios better at least drop 3 fucking games next year. 2020.
Yeah.
If they don't drop at least 3, and for fuck's sakes, if it's at least not 1, okay, but I'm pretty sure they got to at least drop 1. Like if we get to December next year and they haven't dropped another, that's it. I'm fucking taking.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding?
I am. I will pitch it out the fucking window and I'll do a video on it.
I've taken a sledge.
There's no way they're not dropping 3 games.
No way. I think realistically we should expect at least 3 fucking things.
I would say 3 main releases because it's like a fucking desert right now. It's just empty. It's come on.
And like I pointed out, if anything, we may have the other side of the problem is they may have to do some man-made look. We're not going to drop this
spacing.
right now because
they want to space
the spacing issue.
That's a good problem to have. At least we know the games are done and they're just trying to figure out a good release window. That I can deal with.
No, you can
which after this spring may be what they're gonna. I think if they manage to keep the existing projects on task, that's probably what they're going to run into, but the back end of the year is a.
But yeah, 2 to 3 months, 2 to 3 months of time to give it to sell, to get in the market, to get some people's and eyeballs on it, and get sales going, and then releasing another big game 2-3 months later. That's not a bad window to keep going, to keep that. I mean, when Nintendo was making games and putting them out a lot, which was a long fucking time ago. They were doing windows like that, so it was like 3 to 4 months, and you get another big game. 3 to 4 months, you get another big game, and that's the way you do it. You keep
especially since most of these are going to drop on Game Pass. If they do them too close, stuff's going to get lost in the shuffle. Because
it can.
Even now, this last 2 weeks has been killer for me because 4 new games have dropped, 4 big games have dropped.
Well, and when I say
I ain't got time in the world.
I agree. I don't know. Backlog is just growing, but as far as when it comes to when I was saying a desert, I mean specifically from the development side.
Oh, I know. From the first person prospect.
First party.
I get the first party prospect. I get that. I do.
Yeah.
But both of these console makers are sounding like little fucking brats. You got Sony running around here tattling to the CMA. Oh, look at what Xbox is doing. Look at what Xbox is doing. Don't make him do it again. And then you got Xbox saying, I have nothing. Please let me buy this. I have nothing.
Well, Jet and Noob, to speak to your COVID comment, which I agree with to a point, but even Phil said 2 years ago that it's going to take 5 or so years before everything gets back on track. Just because of that, it's not going to be. It's not going to be an COVID's over. Snap your fingers, everything's back to normal.
No, I get that. Well, let's hope and I heard dealers say this on RDX tonight. Like they think that this generation should potentially carry over a little bit longer because for the best part of the last 2 years, we really haven't had like what you call your standard launch, your standard production rates. We're still getting a lot of cross-gen games largely because of that too.
Yeah, and you know from being
so,
on shows with me, that's the one thing I call. We cannot compare what's happened over the last 2 years with what happened at 360 drop, or even the Xbox One Extra or whatever, because we've never experienced this until now in this way.
Yeah, but how much are you going to tolerate before you're going to start cracking the fucking whip?
Well,
no, you can question all you want, but there are certain aspects that are undeniable. COVID at first really shut us down for a good 6 months. I mean, nothing was happening.
Well, yeah, but I was going to say we're about good 2 years into this game console preview program right now, and it's interesting. But I'm waiting for it to really start.
The beta?
Yeah, the beta. Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for them to drop the other systems and start going hardcore.
Insomniac might have to do a fucking video and show other people how it's done. Those fuckers were pumping games out like how many games in the last couple of years? Crazy.
Oh, it's
crazy. Yeah, but how many of those games were already that close to being done before all this started? Some of them probably were. Some of them probably were.
Well, it's like this, right? Phil was on an interview this past week. I don't know who it was with. It was,
Salty. I know Phil hasn't said that since. Well, no, Phil said that at the beginning of the pandemic, dude.
Well, he was on this interview. I forgot the two. One was I just
and this time I am going to tell it with myself. I was on a phone call that he was on where he said that. So there you go. So
well,
I mean, he was on an interview this week, and he said that his biggest regret right now is that he has no games to release, and
because he knows what he admits they know they have nothing ready, but they will. I mean, and I know people are going to still go, well, that's what they always say. Well, there's no denying it now. The front end of next year is going to be stupid packed.
Well, you have definitive proof of this shit.
Oh my God.
Do you have definitive proof? I mean, we know they're supposed to be coming out next year.
Boring shit happening. And Sony's been dry for the last 7 months. You want to go there?
No.
Drier than your grandma's vagina.
Dust is spitting out of there, baby.
I mean, these days dates are meaningless.
I mean, let's just
if you announced it, they said that, oh yeah, we're gonna launch in November or December or some shit like that. They had it on their trailer. It got delayed, so we don't know next year if it's gonna get delayed again. Do you have a definitive proof that Starfield will not be delayed next year?
I can't say that.
I would say it's not going to be delayed next year because it's going to
very highly likely it comes out 98%.
I would say because it would hurt them to not bring it out next year unless there's something catastrophic with it and it's crashing and there's no way they can fix it.
My bet would be the latest it comes out is by the end of June because I can guarantee you they want it out before the end of this fiscal year.
Oh yeah.
And this fiscal year for Microsoft ends on June 30. The end of June is the end of their fiscal year.
But take that with a grain of salt.
So, yep.
Guaranteed it's coming out, but maybe. I was bringing up the thing with Bethesda.
Would you say, Salty? I can't read that. I don't have my glasses on. Will be 2023.
Don't ask him. Type him. Fuck him.
Yeah.
If he's typing,
let's lay down some bets.
Uh-oh.
What's the over-under on Starfield?
A game on the line. If somebody's right as a game, you got to buy that person a game.
But here's the thing. What if it, would you rather it be delayed and not be buggy or it come out buggy?
I'd rather it be delayed, personally. If it comes down to this shit don't work, I'd rather it be delayed.
Well, even a lot of our delayed games are still coming out fucking all.
Well, there is that issue too.
No shit. Yeah,
they come out. It's we just need a bit, and you give 3 more months, and you delay it again another 3 months, and it comes out finally. Jesus, this thing's so full of bugs.
I'm more flexible on that with multiplayer games because multiplayer can bring them. Yeah, single player games to me don't have as much of a reason to be as buggy as some of them are when they come out.
Sometimes
because those things are easier to test.
Sometimes the games too is only as good as their publisher or their team behind it. Okay, and I'll say that in defense of Cyberpunk, right? They could have given up. They could have literally walked away from this thing. but they stuck with it. They pumped in a shit ton of updates, and I'm seeing a lot of people posting pictures and back playing the game. That's impressive.
Yep.
They didn't give up on it. The game is now running pretty damn good from all of the videos and stuff I've seen on the internet. That Cyberpunk is looking and playing a hell of a lot more like the game it was supposed to be. And like I said, they could have given up. And you know what? Now you can get the game for 1/4 the price. A lot of people are jumping back in.
Yes.
But like I said,
I know
that's
some people paid $5 for it. I
Know?
paid for it at launch. Some people paid $5 for it recently, and they're happy with it. I'm like, yes.
No Man's Sky, another
Yeah.
amazing.
No Man's Sky is a great example of.
I thought that game was DOA. I really thought they were going to just shut it down. And this fucking game's been out on every console. It's even getting a Switch version. It's had a VR. They've added multiple content packs. The game, if you played it, and I played it when it originally launched, I had a copy, and then I played it months later. I actually played a bit of the VR one. I played it on 3 different versions, and my God, like it changed a lot.
And hey, look, we're finally getting Anthem 2 in the scope of Iron Man, but we have
shout out, you know what happened? Shout out to Sean Murray, because remember when he was terrible doing interviews, and it was almost to the point where it's like, I wish the guy would just shut up, because but guess what? That's exactly kind of what he did. He kind of just dropped out of the spotlight, fucking took his team behind the scenes, never fucking did no interviews, and was like, here's our fucking game, here's a new version. And everybody's like, shit, this shit's not bad.
By the way, Jason, you bring up a Starfield will be bug free, Skyrim will be loaded. That's what we call a bug Thursday, baby, because bug Thursday, so that shit's gonna be whack.
We got another super chat. This one coming in courtesy of Splendiferous, who drops $2. Mr. Praxis, take it away, sir.
Oh no, now I gotta see. Hold on. My screen's giving me the finger.
Oh, come on, get to it. Pay attention.
I would like to, but the screen's literally right. Hold on.
You got 5 seconds to comply.
Turn off this, man.
Turn off the porn, man. Turn off the porn.
Sorry, man. It's all that can keep me awake here. God damn it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Are you saying we're fucking boring?
No, I'm boring. I'm the one falling asleep. God damn it.
Okay.
Did you find it yet? It's right there. It's on the screen. It's on the screen. Come on.
If you want to get excited, I'll turn on my camera again.
No, I don't want to puke.
Starfield, you could have 1 nut. What the fuck does that mean? A weird one.
Let's say
you could have 1 nut.
Well, I think it's directed at you, Wog. You're the one with 1 nut, right?
I just 1 nutted already, so I guess that's it's over for me. I guess, huh? Oh well.
Papa Woody says he don't give a shit, because once Age of Empires hits the consoles, his free time becomes non-existent.
What, the January 23rd? Isn't that what they said? Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Finally coming. Good stuff. And looks Splendiferous looks like he's got something for you, Paul. Bunch of icons. And we just lost Earth. His porno crashed his PC.
Splendiferous, the last person that did that to me got on a timeout for a while, so you might want to.
You got problems with pineapple pizza?
Absolutely.
Oh well, okay. At least you're human now, so shit.
Like I said, I'll make it very clear. I love pineapple, but just I don't like it on my pizza.
Yeah, I like it up my rectum. It feels good.
I'll tell you what, though, for anybody who watches my stream on Saturday and is willing to donate a crap load of money to Extra Life, I will eat fucking pineapple pizza.
You know what? I like vinegar, but I would never want to put vinegar on my vaginas,
Okay, I'll pay you a lot of money, but you do something else with that pineapple. How about that, Paul?
No. It's a family stream. No.
You should wear a little bra on the show with a little pineapple stuck onto it.
If I could afford it, I was going to get one of those Hawaiian shirts with pineapples all over it.
Oh, nice.
But I'm broke, so
let's get a what do you get? GoFundMe for Paul to get him a pineapple shirt, people. Let's go. Salty likes pineapple pizza.
I've actually scoped some out. I have to get one with no green on it though, because I use a green screen. So if it has green, there's a bunch of little open splotches.
What do you guys? Yeah, actually, that was one of the topics I was going to mention about the Twitter Blue check subscription. Real quick, I guess. Obviously, it didn't take long for Elon to basically clear house and make Twitter his own toy. But I guess my question to a lot of people is, do you think that the Twitter base, like that we use each and every day, will eventually get some sort of fee or membership, or we're going to get a lot more advertising? How do you think this is going to transpire? What does it really mean for gamers who use it a lot? Because a lot of us here in the social media space, of course, with channels, use social media. Anybody who knows me know that I use Twitter a lot. Twitter is legitimately one of my favorite platforms. I've got a bigger following on Twitter than I have on any other thing I'm involved in. We use it quite a lot, like to advertise shows or to interact with our our followers. And I've made a lot of friends even through Twitter. It's crazy. And some of my panel members I've actually legitimately met and got through Twitter. So what do you think happens here, guys, moving forward?
First, let me clarify. I'm a panel member, but I don't like him. Okay, we're not friends. I just want to make sure everybody understands that. No, I'm kidding.
You referring to me or Wise Old Gamer?
Yes. Oh. No. I think, because even today he said to the complainers, you keep complaining, but it's still going to be $8. He's acting like a brat. He really is. I'm sorry. He's acting like a total douchebag brat. He, but I guess he's got to make up that 44 billion somehow, so because
Pineapple pizza is a sin. It should be illegal.
So bad.
Yeah, it's, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to stick with Twitter but I will be muting a lot more people. I can almost guarantee that, because I was already called a bad word just the other day, and just lucky for me, I reported it, and they banned his ass. So at least some parts of it are still working. But as far as the toxicity, it is probably going to get worse before it gets better. And my whole idea is, he can let the place light on fire, but he can't afford to let it burn. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at some point he's going to have to go.
Edit button. Jesus, but if I got to pay for it,
Yeah.
fuck the edit.
Yeah.
What is the main change?
My point is that at some point he can have all these great ideas and think it's going to be a great thing, but if it starts to burn itself down, he's going to have to, maybe that wasn't the right idea, because again, $44 billion for anybody is a lot of money, and he's going to have to, at some point, he's going to have to go, oh, now I know why they had that rule. Oh, now I know why they didn't let people say that, yeah, because,
he's going to learn a few hard lessons through all this, I'm sure, when he gets deep into the trenches. Yeah.
I do have
and the first time somebody goes, and I hate to say it, the first time somebody goes and kills somebody over something that's said on Twitter because it was allowed to stand, all that stuff.
If somebody says something, they can do that in anywhere in the world. They can do that anywhere. But especially with certain groups trying to repeal Section 230, which is a whole nother issue, will open up these social spaces to all kinds of liability. That would make liability go up. Yeah.
Yeah, liability will skyrocket, and that will not be good for anybody. So. This whole social space, we could talk about this forever because it's something I've been following.
Let's get to a couple super chats real quick because we're getting to the end of the show. AB, he drops $1.99. Mr. Praxis, are you able to read this one?
Well, I can do this one. Pineapple pizza is a sin. It should be illegal.
I like you. You want to be on the panel? We'll get rid of Wise Old Gamer. Not a problem.
Fuck.
Just shut up.
His initials are AB. We just need C.
Yeah, that's right.
We got another one coming in from our good friend.
Wait, AB. That's Activision Blizzard. That's AB. Oh. Hey, you're welcome anytime, baby.
Depends on how you eat your pineapple. We talked about this, Paul.
Splendivergence.
Yeah. You're not supposed to eat it, spiky side up. Okay, I'm just saying.
You're supposed to insert it spiky side up.
You ever watch Little Nicky?
That's what gave me the idea.
Yeah.
You should
probably kind of sums it up. Twitter feeds off of toxic bullshit. Have a look at all the good replies or tweets and no comments. If someone puts some stupid shit, and there it goes viral. Yep. Pretty much. That's social media in a nutshell.
Yeah.
People just love.
And I admit the other day I posted that it's starting to frustrate me that I can't get, I try to be nice. I try to be, even handed, and I can't get shit. Some guy says something nasty. He's got 4,000 followers the next day. I'm like, what the hell? I'm trying to bring positivity, you bunch of assholes. I'm sorry.
Hey, shit. I fucking post tits and I got 1,000 followers. So hey,
But you know it sells, buddy.
Yeah.
but
Yo,
really,
That's it, Paul. I'm telling you, you have to give in to the dark side and OnlyFans
No,
to you, sir.
no.
show your tits. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come on Saturday stream and I'm gonna chant, "Show your tits, show your tits."
Remind me to set up moderators for Saturday. I ain't gonna have time to mess with your shit. Okay.
You create a bot just for Wise Old Gamer and sees him, kicks him every time. He's like,
Oh, I could do that. Oh, I could do that. I can actually ban him by. He'll never get a word in there. It'll automatically kick him.
He starts creating 20 bot accounts.
Once and then it'll ghost ban him though, so he still sees it and thinks it's going up and nobody's responding, but really it's not. It's bouncing back.
You know you're scared of showing your tits because you're scared you might roll over them.
Nope. I'm not built like you, baby. I don't need that bra to hold up my shit.
But what changes has he said? He's only said that he's going to charge some money
Paul?
for that blue check, right?
Yeah.
Is that the only fucking change?
No, and the bonuses it'll get you, which are absolutely nothing. So,
Look out for that handle on Saturday, Paul.
Yeah, Wise Old Gamer. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I don't know. I mean, like I said, for a lot of us, if he doesn't change too much, it's status quo, right? I mean, like I said, for me personally, look, it's just keep the thing free like it's always been. You don't have to change too much. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And follow the people in the know. Then there's obviously people working at that company with Twitter that have been around it a long time. They kind of know what works and what doesn't really work. Sometimes these big wigs come in and think that they can change everything and it's going to be like, it's going to like instant money, but it's not. I don't make any money on Twitter, so I really don't care. If they want to put some ads on there, that's fine. But I'm not paying for it. I don't make money at it, so I'm certainly not paying into it. Yeah, and I don't think he will. I think he's hopefully smart enough to know that, you don't turn around and charge people for something that's been free for well over a decade now. So, yeah. Well, we'll have to see how it goes. But yeah. What's his name? A few guys actually popular people already leaving. Eh? Was it? I saw today. Is it Nibble or Nibelian, as they call him?
Right.
He's got a pretty big account, and apparently he's out.
Well, people were getting upset on Twitter because he first came in, his first act of when he came in and bought Twitter was firing a couple of the Asian guys who were like the CEO or the CFO or some shit like that.
You mean the board of directors? Yeah, he fired all of them.
All of them. And I was like, do you know these are Asian? You give Asian $70 million? That's a whole lot of samosas.
They didn't give him anything. They gave them no money.
No, they gave him $70 million.
No, they did not. Did you not read about that? They didn't give them anything. I thought they read they gave them. They got nothing. It's because he has evidence that they lied to court, that they lied about the bots. That's the whole reason he fired them.
I thought I read somewhere that they were going to get like a severance pay of $70 million or some shit like that.
Not a single one.
Well, they may take him to court because
they may take him to court, but he has evidence, and not just evidence.
Okay. Yeah. No, let's correct that. He says he has evidence.
No. They released the evidence. There's actually DHS actually has. There's a whole bunch of documentation that got released yesterday that was evidence that was proving this. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that just came out.
Yeah, well, like I said, we'll see what happens when it washes out because
Oh yeah. Well, one of their techs actually admitted, and in many tweets and internal tweets to their CEO, was admitting that they were lying about all the bots and that they were lying about everything, and they were all just in. He got a hold of all the inner office and all of their emails. He can see everything they've done.
Like I said, I'm gonna wait till that washes out because we get a lot of this stuff that turned out that wasn't real.
Yeah, so, I'd still like to see it, but yeah, there's some pretty interesting information.
Yeah, I mean, because we can look at Twitter every day and see stuff that said and turns out that there's not a lick of truth to it. I mean, hell, go look at some of the stuff going on right now. It's so.
Another super chat coming in from our good friend Splendiferous, who drops $5. Go ahead, Mr. Praxis.
Oh Lord, that's a lot. That's a mouthful.
You're
There
used to
were a
it.
bunch of PlayStation fanboys talking about how Call of Duty pre-orders were getting canceled, and this ended up being the best Call of Duty sold in PlayStation Store.
You must have missed the first half of the show there, Splend. Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah,
sorry.
like I
Go
said, the
fuck
people, the
yourself.
haters are make up a very small percentage of the
Yes.
overall nucleus.
Yep.
That's the thing,
Oh,
right?
yes.
So, yeah, most people don't give a friggin' shit. They just,
No, it was
jam.
cool kid lip service is how I phrased it.
Oh
in my
yeah,
tweet.
oh yeah.
Cool kid lip service.
Well, it was Twitter lip service. It was people going, "Look, oh my
Yeah.
God!" That's what it really came down to.
Yeah, I didn't
And
run
it
out
was,
and not buy COD because PlayStation has exclusive benefits or DLC. Did I? Like I don't really give a shit. Some things I won't get to play. I get it, but at the end of the day, like now, if you told me like, oh, half the campaign is fucking missing on one console, I'd be kind of pissed. But you know what?
Yeah.
Then I would definitely speak with my wallet, just
Oh,
like I
yeah.
spoke with my wallet on Battlefield 2042. Even though I could buy it dirt cheap, I still won't buy it. It has no campaign. You skimped on me. I skimped on you. Don't charge me.
Hey,
$80.
no. On Saturday, I'm giving away a copy of Battlefield 2042.
Your house.
All you need to do is donate $10. You'll get in for the draw. Okay, I'm just saying.
Jaguar Gaming Network. That is not money well spent, sir. But I will say it.
Oof, there you go.
All right, there you go.
There you go. Nice one. Thanks for the super chat, Jaguar Gaming Network, and welcome to Gaming After Dark. Hope you guys are enjoying what you see. Seeing a lot of great feedback in the chat too, by the way. So thanks to the chat. You guys are absolutely amazing. And to see that people say like Royal Boyle earlier tonight that this podcast makes him laugh, and he's had a couple of rough months, if not a rough year or two. And I follow him on Twitter, and he's lost his dad, and he's had some other issues, and so. These are part of the reason we're here. All seriousness, all jokes aside, we help people get through tough times. Just as my podcast and Things Before Wise Old Gamer became a member, like he told me, like it's got him through some shitty moments. So that's why we're here doing this, guys, to make you laugh. We don't knock all the balls out of the park. We're knocking on something, but we're having a good time doing it, guys. So appreciate the kind words and the love, and hopefully we keep it rolling here.
And it helps Cerebral Paul take a shit, so it's okay. That's good.
I love you too, man.
Again, again, you can ask Noof. It's no secret that I take a pre-show shit, whether it be 9 in the morning or 10 at night. It's just the way it works out. It's just the way it works out.
Some people take a fucking laxative. You watch the show.
We need to have like a thing when this show starts now. It's like the pre-show shit brought to you by Cerebral Paul.
That's right.
Our sponsor tonight is X-Lax or something like that.
So it works.
I prefer Miralax, but okay. Anyway.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Anyway, let's get ready. Like lots of other stuff we can get in. Let's get ready. Well, before we close the show, obviously there's got to be one more segment. You guys know. That is Ask Cletus or Ask Safehouse. They're on standby, ready to take your questions. Let's do a couple quick, and we'll wrap this stuff up for tonight.
I'm going to ask Safehouse the same question I asked Arnold. Did you go trick-or-treating last night? Legally.
What is up? What is up, cockasses? Yeah, let me tell you, Safehouse Sam is in that fucking belly, baby. I don't have the trick-or-treat. I am fucking Halloween. I can eat Freddy, Jason, and fucking whatever the fuck his name is. I can eat all of them for breakfast. You know what? I don't have to scare kids with an ugly face and a mask. They just hear my voice and they go running. They want nothing to do with this chewing tobacco ass motherfucker over here. A bunch of cock asses. Yeah, I love Halloween, man. I love seeing all them little shit nuggets dressed up in the fucking shit. I like laughing at them because you're going to get something really creative. And then you're going to get some, honestly, you just want to look at the parents and say, why? Why the fuck you let your kids walk up on here dressed in that fucking shit? You know what I mean? That goddamn.
So follow-up question: did you give them Skull this year or Red Man chewing tobacco? Did we go
I
leave
get
for?
the motherfucking. I give them fucking cigarettes and fucking condoms because I hope they're gonna die. And if they don't die, hopefully they procreate. You know what I mean? Bringing more little sperm weasels into the world.
Gotta have them.
You know, and you know what's crazy? You know, our society fucked up because back in my day, we didn't spend a lot of money on all these fancy ass fucking costumes and shit. You know what we spent? We had a fucking sheet, and it was probably one with shit stains on it that your mom tossed over, and you cut holes in it. But you know what happens if a white motherfucker?
Oh, I am not gonna go out on the sheet thing with you, or especially with Cletus.
Old motherfucker like me, old white motherfucker like me, I go down with a sheet on like that, trying to be like a boogly Lou, motherfucking ghost.
Oh,
That
man.
motherfucker, he Ku Klux Klan over there. That
Yeah,
ain't
so we're definitely getting emails now. Okay.
Goddamn. No. Halloween has really fucking changed. That's all I know. They even took away a lot of the candies I used to like. I liked all them fucking candies that it took you an hour to eat. You had them fucking molasses, motherfuckers. You stick it to your goddamn roof of your mouth and you can't open shit. That was great. You just give them to the wife if nothing else because she couldn't open the fucking mouth. You had to chew on them for fucking 40 minutes. Yeah.
Please address all emails to sirxmen@gmail.com. Thank you.
And I used to like all the razor blades. We were the razor blades and the pranks because I saved those motherfuckers for shaving. I never had to buy a razor blade for like 3 years. Yeah, all right. We got another super chat coming in. This one from
right before that, we have a question from Sir X-Man, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh.
I can't. Somebody can read that. Had better eyes. I'm not wearing my glasses right now, so
I don't even know.
Hey, Cletus, how many bags of candy did you steal from the kids this year, you fucker?
Everyone I could get my grubby ass fucking hands on. I got a lot of candy up in here. I like a candy ass hole up in here. I can sell it back to the community is what I am. Yeah, I will sell it back to the fucking kids. They don't know any difference. I live right across from a fucking school. I said, come over here. I'm a candy man,
That's
motherfucker.
dangerous.
Come on over here. I got some nougat for your fucking ass. Let's go.
We got Jaguar Gaming Network dropping $10 up in here.
Oh, Jesus.
He says,
yeah,
"I'm work." Oh, go ahead, Praxis.
Oh, wait. No, now I got to look at it. Yeah.
I'm
dropped
working
the
on a
$10 one.
podcast.
Woo!
Oh, yeah, he did drop money.
I'm working on a podcast setting things up. Who should I chat with about setting it up? I think at first I'm going to do it pre-recorded. Would any of you be interested in test interviews?
$10, $, Cerebral Paul. Okay, I'm just throwing it out
$10. Yeah. Just keep
Honey,
dropping it.
if
Keep
I
them,
may,
keep
I
coming.
am available.
Cerebral Paul has obviously admitted that he's a whore for cash and he needs a pineapple skits. You could have given him the goddamn $10 and he would have had you on these podcasts all week long. Dr. Cerebral Paul, he knows what he's doing. over
Actually,
there. I
yeah,
don't know.
you probably Noof and I are probably the two best to reach out to about setting your stuff up.
But if hey,
Nuke
if you got,
Nukem knows fucking shit. Motherfucker still, but he been in podcasts is what, 20,
That's
13?
true.
He still
Noof really
hasn't-
doesn't know what he's doing.
and he
We
still haven't got,
want.
he doesn't know how to run his microphones. He still doesn't have fucking graphics overlays. He's either stupid or he's fucking broke as fuck. And I'd say it's probably a little bit of calling me, calling me.
I say
It's-
stupid. I say stupid, yes.
Well, does it have to be either or? Could it be a little bit of both? I mean, I'm just throwing that out there.
I think dumb really does fit it. Right,
Have a good night,
Yeah,
Phasma.
yeah.
Good to see you here. Hope you had a good laugh tonight.
we got one from Splendid for 71 wants to read it.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What? Where? What?
We got one
Hey,
from
Cletus.
Which
Yeah,
one from Splendid?
right at the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh.
But,
CP need a pumpkin up the ass. Eh?
Hey,
no,
Cletus,
above that, above the
Is
pumpkin.
Splendiferous a
actually.
Cletus?
Yeah.
Well, hey, fiddly diddly, let me just tell you this. I will not fucking touching anything that come anywhere close to that cock-sucking fucking weasel ass that Chief has seen. Okay? Now, that's the kind of guy that you don't want to be hanging out with. I mean, and as bad as I am, and as many pigs as I probably stuck my cock ass in myself, I don't want fucking nothing to do with his candy or anything to come out of his house.
Yeah.
Because I don't know where.
Speaking of sticking your dick in pigs and stuff, you did see Goat Simulator 3 is coming out. Are you ready for that?
Oh, baby. Let me tell you, I got a pre-order special edition. I might even fuck the plastic goat that comes with the special edition. I got pretty excited. I like the Goat Simulator, the shit, the Farmer Simulator, all them simulators. You know what I actually call them? I call them stimulators. Because when I'm playing them, I just got a boner with some of them. I got to play some of this shit in VR. That's what I need to do. They got to come up with one of them games in VR. That shit be right up my alley.
I am never touching your VR controllers.
Well, you're not touching those VR controllers. For that
No.
All right. Any more questions before we wrap it up?
Hey, Cletus.
It's chocolate flavored.
It's chocolate flavored. Wow.
Yeah, and sorry to hear about the divorce in all seriousness, Jaguar. Really sorry to hear about that. I'm sure it's not an easy thing to deal with, but hey, man, like I said, we wish you all the best with your podcast. Reach out to some of us here. Our contacts are normally in our, through our YouTube and on our Twitter. We'll certainly be happy to answer what we can for you. We can tell you in advance that, doing a podcast is easy. Making it grow is the hard part. It fucking takes a lot of time, dedication, and for some people, like me, I'm fucking 8 years in, and I've done well. But I can't say like my channel is where I would have wanted to be from a numbers perspective. But with saying that, I never did get into this for that numbers. I just enjoy doing that. So I enjoy being here, enjoy making people laugh. And that's the main thing. And as long as you love doing something, that's what you got to remember, why you're doing it and what kind of audience you want to reach. And you just got to stick with it and be consistent. I can tell you now, I took almost a half a year off from the spring to the fall. And my whatever growth I had accumulated with the channel basically just disappeared overnight. It's crazy. So you got to stick with it and keep at it, whether it's streaming, whether it's podcasting, just keep the content coming. Out of sight, out of mind is what they always say. And let me tell you, you get out of mind real quick.
And all you have to do is miss a couple of weeks and your numbers drop tremendously.
Even a couple of weeks.
Also, I would add in what I always say is tell people, if you're going to stream like I do, always stream like there's somebody watching.
Yeah.
Always talk to your chat like there's somebody watching. Because even if they're watching, they may not be talking, but if they happen to pop in and you're just staring at your game, playing your game, not saying anything, they're not going to stay around. If they say hi or howdy and you don't notice that chat for 20 minutes, they're not going to stay around.
That's right.
I know that because I'm one of those people. If I go into a chat of somebody I know and I say something and they don't respond or acknowledge, after a few minutes, I'm like, well, okay, if you're not going to acknowledge me, I'm going to go find something else to do. Because that interaction is what
I agree wholeheartedly, Paul. Absolutely. Interaction is key. I mean, why else do you do it, right?
I purposely put my chat where I can see it when I'm playing the game. If you ever watch me stream, and I know some of you have, you'll notice how quick I can see the chat change. And how quick I can respond and not even break what I'm doing. And that takes practice. That takes practice. What's that?
Yeah. You do a good job at that. And of course, case by case basis with games. I mean, some games I find easier to chat with than others. Sometimes you get into a game where you need to really listen to dialogue and stuff. And you get talking and all of a sudden you can't remember what the fuck you're doing or you miss something important. You're like, shit. But
with me, if you're in a heavy firefight that may take a few minutes, I may not respond or say anything because I'm so focused on I don't want to die. It's like
amen to that. But no, great words of advice, man. So stick with it and lift it up, and you'll figure it out. It gets pretty easy. So I have no idea what he's playing.
He's playing music. Somebody.
He's just trying to get his copyright strike. That's all. Asshole.
Trust me, Wog. Nobody's watching you. Okay, I'm just.
That's how I like it. Damn it.
Creepy, sneaky bastard.
Iceman, LMH, Tatless Bray, Splendiferous, the list goes on. Everybody that came out to be a part of this amazing podcast. I think it was a fantastic first round with Dart Praxis. That's a new panel member. We hope we didn't scare him away and that he's here for the long haul. And
no one can scare me, motherfucker. I'm ready.
I believe that.
Okay.
But let's let everybody get out of here, and we will start with Mr. Dark Praxis. Let people know, man, where they can catch up with you, any of the content that you're doing, or just where they can reach out to you and say hello.
The truck stop on I-80.
I'm only there on Mondays and Wednesdays, and it's only early in the morning because I do have to work. But
okay, good.
Thank you, though. Thank you. I care about you too, Paul. You're a kind person. Sometimes, but not today. Fuck you. Anyway, so
did you just say he was kind of a person? So what is he not? What is he?
You can discern whatever you want from that. I don't really care. But I am available on Twitter at Praxis Darth because I'm a dumbass and deleted my first account that was Darth Praxis. Anyway, so you can follow me there.
if you talk to Elon and pay him $8, you might.
Maybe they'll switch it back. It's possible.
Yeah.
But also on Xbox, it's Darth Praxis. If you just look it up, I'm the only one with that with no numbers next to it. I'm the first. I'm the best. So there we are.
And Darth is very good at doing voices and impressions and different things himself. So who knows? Maybe you guys, if you're cool with it, maybe we bring a third guy and then they ask, and maybe he has an interaction with Cletus or Safe House Sam. That could be quite funny. So
we've done it once or twice before, but went off the rails real quick.
Yeah. Wait, you've had interactions with Cletus before? I hope you had your shots. Okay, I'm just saying.
No,
this show's never been on the rails, has it?
The rails don't feel good.
Train never left the yard, and this fucker has been rusted for years. Yeah.
Wow, watch out for that third rail. It's electric. I'll tell you what.
Watch out for that rusty trombone,
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Iceman gave you a great comment. Darth makes us wet. Yes, it is always good fun, a little bit different gaming news with a different spin for sure. Cerebral Paul, let people know where they can hang out and catch you. Obviously reiterate that you do have a very important stream this weekend, and support would be greatly appreciated. It's for a good cause, and a chance to win some prizes, I understand, as well. So go ahead and again tell people where they can catch up with that.
So you can find me on Twitter, Cerebral1, on Twitch, Cerebral Paul. And this weekend on Twitch only, not YouTube, just Twitch for purposes that make it easier to do. I am doing a 25-hour fundraising stream for Extra Life, starting at 8 a.m. Eastern on Saturday, going through 8 a.m. Eastern on Sunday. And the reason it's 25 hours is because this is the weekend we gain an hour. So it makes it an extra long stream. Actually, will end up being a little longer than that probably. I do have game clothes to give away for Xbox, including Madden 2023, Battlefront 2042, these are all from EA. I actually got them and I'm giving them away. And then I also have another game that the Xbox ambassador gave me that I can't think of the name right now. I will have some 1 month Game Pass. I'm hoping to get more from Xbox, but I won't know that for a few days. So just following the way it's going to work is if you donate $10 or more, you get one chance to win one of these prizes. So for if you do a $10 donation and a $10 donation, that's 2 tickets. If you do a $20 donation, that's 1 ticket, because I'm not going to sit there and break all that shit down all night. So figure it out.
Are you streaming on your YouTube channel or your OnlyFans site?
No, just Twitch because of the way.
Stop confusing people, asshole.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna hopefully I'm gonna add some stuff in there that only works on Twitch. It just also makes it easier to deal with the different aspects of it.
I'm just curious, Paul. How can people go about donating? Like, is it through PayPal?
It doesn't. I will never see any of the money, and I will have a link up on the thing that goes to my Extra Life page. It actually tracks it, and it will tell me who qualified. Because the other thing I'm going to need them to do is to put in their gamer tag or their Twitter handle or whatever, so I can find the winner. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to take everybody's name. We're going to, and the prize wheel is going to be something. I'm going to spin the prize wheel, and then for that prize, going to spin the names, and that name gets that prize, and I'm going to have to track all that. But that's all going to be done at the end of the stream. So for any tickets that you gather in that 25 hours, those are all going to be eligible for winning some of these prizes. So
Nice.
No
There you
Splendor
go, guys.
Fritz. It's not rigged, bro.
no, I will have no control over any of it. I will have no direct control over any of it.
Hey, I have a serious question actually. I don't do much on Twitch, but I do definitely want to donate. So, is there any other way somebody can donate? And
Yeah, I will. I'll put once I start it on Saturday, I'll put the link up in my because I'm going to be posting on Twitter a lot that day,
Nice.
so I'll put it up there.
Okay. Cool.
Well,
It will also be going to Facebook as well. So
yeah, I'll do my best on my part to share it out. And like I said, I'll definitely try to hook up with you and probably do, like I said, if you're willing and you're looking for a few hours to kill, we could probably like set up a little private match of Modern Warfare.
yeah, absolutely. I plan on doing a mix of single player and multiplayer stuff throughout the day. If I get enough people in chat and say, "Hey, do you want to play this game?" We can jump in and do that. I have some of the Jackbox games and things like that.
Nice.
So yeah, hopefully we can make it fun. I've done this once before, where 2 years ago I actually shaved my head on camera when I hit the $500 mark. Not doing that this year. I'm not doing that this year.
Make sure you load up Uno, Paul.
Uno's loaded, but if you want to see me rage, that game will do it.
Now, if you really want to make some quick,
all these games I play, and nothing pisses me off more than trying to play Uno with people.
If you really want to make some money, shave your other head.
Oh Lord. Puts a little
so
scarf
funny,
on there.
That's the small razor.
Make a little mohawk.
Well, did you see what was it on the latest Jackass movie? How they did the intro? It was what's his name?
Yeah, that was disgusting. That was
Pontius.
gross.
It was his fucking dick as like Godzilla.
Yeah,
It's fucking hilarious.
yeah, it was.
Oh my god.
Oh man, the whole intro was basically his dick dressed as Godzilla going through a fucking city. It was crazy.
Yep.
Oh man.
It was
Up until I think what they do, light him on fire. They clamp down on it. At one point,
oh
but
god,
yeah,
no, yeah, I think they lit him on fire.
Something, yeah. He's like,
Yeah, they
like,
did something. Yeah, they did something that seriously hurt him. I mean, you watch him double over and ow, ow. You know, it's like, yeah, ain't nobody getting that close to my penis or my balls.
Well, he did it on purpose because he's crazy.
oh man. All right, and Wise Old Gamer, let people know where they can catch up with you next, sir. You're always making a few appearances and different things and people's shows. Anything coming up?
Yeah. Well, unlike Paul, who's going to wait till Saturday, I'm about to start my stream in about 2 minutes in the bathroom because I've been wanting to piss like the Dickens for the past 2 hours. So,
so those of you who want to see that, go to Alabama.
Alabama Ass Slammer.
Alabama Ass Slammer at OnlyFans.com.
I gotta make money for all this shit because I got this $400.
Yeah, you're a teacher. You got to pay for your own classroom supplies, man. You know?
Exactly.
Hashtag golden showers.
You know, it is Alabama though, so they can only, their alphabet only goes up to like C. You know.
It's really expensive when you have to teach the child and the parent in the same classroom. You know?
Yeah.
Every time he gets a ding on that, donation, he starts wiggling the stream.
Yeah.
But yeah, you catch me on Twitter, WiseOldGamer with a Z. You can also catch me on Doomsayer's Den on Friday nights at 6:30, and of course here on Tuesdays. So that's where
there you go. And you guys know where to always find me, always in the gutter. Yes, when I'm not here on Tuesday nights, guys, just be back again next week, obviously. And but if you haven't heard the news already, which I did do a special video this weekend, I return to Good Morning Xbox, which is Sunday morning at I do believe it is 10 Eastern, 8 Mountain Time. I think that's right.
If you want to have fun,
9 Eastern, 7 Mountain Time. Yes.
If you want to have fun, Noof, drop me that link for this Sunday, and I'll come in after my stream's over. After I've been up for like 30 hours.
We'll have Zombie Paul special appearance. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Season ready.
He just comes out. I need sleep.
He's gonna sound like Stephen Hawking. Hello, how are you doing?
So the Good Morning Xbox back on my channel starting this Sunday should be a good time, and then and then the following Sunday I won't be around because I'm heading to Niagara Falls, Canada for the for the show for my business. So I'm going to be out there. No Mag this time, though. Kind of boo-boo. He couldn't make it, so I'll be out there by my lonesome. But yeah, it's going to be a good time. But anyway, guys, it's been a lot of fun. This is Dynamite episode 2.5 hours in. It's time to get out of here. Victor Click drops one more super chat before we leave. And he just says, amazing episode. Dart practice, amazing episode. Guys, take care. New Fear the Man. Thank you so much, Victor Click. We will see you on the next one, guys. Have a great night. Take care. We'll see you next Tuesday.